What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo. Tonight, we're talking Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 5, and Maul Shadow Lord, Episode 3 and 4. We might have some other stuff, too. But before we get into all of that, Dave, Doug, Chris, how you doing tonight, gentlemen?
Well, Keith, I am fan-freaking-tastic. I got a chance to go down to Maryland and see my daughter.
And write that massive crossover event that we told everybody.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Marvel, DC, Image, Dynamite.
What a task.
Huge crossover.
they told me to
Rick and
keep a
Morty.
lid on that, so I wasn't saying anything.
Sorry, that was me.
Great. Now we ruined it for him, Keith.
You ruined it. You ruined it.
Sorry, guys.
It's going to be epic, and we're going to release one every 2 years. It's going to be
A new season every 2 years, except for the final season, which will be 4 years after the previous season.
right, and then we're
Six
going to have a
episodes long.
then we'll have a prequel season after that. It'll be great.
There you go.
See, I read you guys were coming out with 4 movies a year and 7 seasons every 3 months.
You heard right. Now,
Seasons, everything.
now let's keep that quiet. So no,
24 hours a day, guys.
But anyway, Sierra's been on the show, so you know she's one of us. She's a nerd. We talked nerdy stuff while I was down there. It was great, except for the
that.
10.5-hour drive home. That was no fun.
Did she recommend any new anime?
She did not. Oh my God! You know what I forgot to do was check out the portrait she was doing for Chris, the Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
She's
totally
working on
forgot. She's got
It's
it all
okay.
drawn. She said she just hadn't colored it in yet.
That's
Well,
awesome.
sorry,
We'll
Chris.
reveal it on the live stream whenever I get it. So
Yeah, I'm sure it will be amazing.
Unveiling. And it's
So-
gonna go right there.
Ooh, nice spot for it.
Mine's right here.
Yeah, so it'll be in everyone's.
And
There's
I
Keith.
don't have one. You tell her that I don't have one, and she needs to make me one.
No,
You
yeah,
like the one that's right over your shoulder there?
I know, right?
I don't
No,
have
I
one.
know
What are
what
you
you're
talking about?
I need a new one.
But with all that being said, let's get to the awesome shows this week. It's a wonderful time to be alive with these shows on right now. So,
Yes.
without any further ado, how are you doing, Doug?
Well, Dave, I'm just not very outstanding.
No?
No.
Mm,
I was watching all of these fantastic shows that we've got, and
A Fantastic
You know-
Four?
no, I didn't watch them. I'll pirate them later. I mean, legally acquire the movie. I mean,
Off grid.
but no, I was watching the latest episode of Daredevil, and it occurred to me, I don't know what any of his powers and abilities are. I just wish there was some easy way, something I could watch maybe that would let me in on that, but so it's just really been bumming me out. Anyway,
this
Chris,
channel.
how are you doing? Maybe
There's a
one
channel.
of you can figure something else out. But Chris,
There's
how-
a channel called Fatherly Fandom that might have something that you're looking for.
I wish we could help you, Doug. Yeah, I'm doing fantabulous, guys. Oh yeah, that's right. I do. I have a Daredevil's powers.
you
video up
do?
on my. I think I do.
Oh,
If you guys want to understand all of his really cool powers, go check that out. It's a fun video. Plus, a lot of people think, since it's a grounded show, and he's blind, by the way, so you would think that people would
Spoilers.
understand. I know. From the first episode, spoilers, that he does actually have quite a bit of power, and it's really cool. So check that out for more. But yeah, guys, I am doing fantabulous, and I am so excited that I got to jump on here to talk to you guys about another stellar week of shows that we got, specifically, Daredevil and Maul for this episode. But man, oh man, we are eating good, guys. So Keith, how are you doing, good sir?
Gentlemen, I am tremendous. And I just want to let you know, part of that tremendous is because the Battle Beast is in the chat on YouTube.
Back again.
He said, hello again,
Oh.
boys. What's up, Battle Beast?
Yeah.
I don't know from what I'm hearing, the Doomsday trailer shows Doom to be extremely powerful. You may want to test your mettle against him, or maybe the Grand Regent. We won't get into that, but
I thought that Dave. I thought that you were Battle Beast and coming in the chat last time we were on. I was like, who is this Battle Beast guy? I was like,
No, this is the literal, actual Battle Beast, straight from the comics.
I'm
He is
glad
somehow
he's a fan of the
broken
show.
free. He's broken free of his confines, and now he has
Yeah.
entered our dimension. The multiverse is real.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you know, who else would he want to follow but not your status quo?
That's right.
I can relate.
That's right.
So, if you want to be like Battle Beast, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Everybody out there.
if you don't want Battle Beast to give you a house call, hit that subscribe button.
That's right.
But, gentlemen, we're here for a reason. To praise
Yeah.
Battle Beast and to talk Daredevil Born Again. We got the 5th episode of season 2, the grand design. You know, a lot. Oh, good call, Chris.
Switch to my cats.
This was a lot of flashbacks in this episode, but
Yeah.
they were all relevant, so they were good. And we flash back to Murdock and Nelson working at Landman and Zach, and they
The
get some
avocados at law. Back
avocados
again.
So happy to have them back.
I know.
I kind of knew this is how we would get Foggy this season. I knew it. Yeah, I didn't think he was coming back, and for him to come back in any other way wouldn't have been right.
This is the perfect way to utilize
really
that
is.
character, and
Yeah.
I really appreciated it for sure. And Not Your Status Quo was once again right with the prediction
Yep.
on Foggy being a
They,
flashback.
you know,
That he was
They
coming
were
back
doing their
as Bullseye.
best. they were doing their best. They really, because
That's
so
true.
many other people online were making me second guess. Like, they're totally
Yeah.
bringing Foggy back. They brought him back in the comics. I'm like, yeah, but come on. The show is so much different. They don't
Yeah.
really. The Daredevil show doesn't really do the same thing that the comics do. It's sort of like trying to compare the Dark Knight movies to the Batman comics. Like, it's apples and oranges. You really can't compare the two. Like, yeah, the characters
100%.
are the same, but most of the stuff that they do is not. It is not. Like, I mean, if anything was going to clue you in on that, I mean, Echo is probably one of the biggest standouts. Like, just the total change in her character. So, yeah, I am glad that they went the route that they did, that they didn't bring an actual living Foggy back. They had me thinking that they were, going to do that. And I'm like, oh no, they're actually going to do it. But they didn't, and I'm happy. Thank you.
So happy.
But yes, good flashback too. I have a question for you, gentlemen, about that.
Yeah.
Do you think that they just, did some CG magic to, make him look like Foggy did in the original Netflix series, or
I do, because Vanessa also looked younger in her flashback.
Yeah, they all did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I
know.
think they
there's
used
some
the proper
de-aging
amount of makeup.
there.
I don't need.
that too.
I don't know if they needed CGI. They just used some good makeup.
It could have been. You're right. It definitely could have been all practical effects, but they looked just like they did back.
They
How
did.
many years ago was that when season 1 came
10
out?
years ago.
Was it really 10?
10.
Wow,
Yeah. 2016.
Wow.
that's crazy.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. And did you guys notice the shift in perspective every time they went back?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
I
letterbox
caught that.
was there and it went.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it was a different aspect ratio for the Netflix show, and it was beautiful how they did that. Man, just all the little pieces just tying together the Netflix show in this episode really kind of set us one foot in the past, one foot in the future, because it really did catapult us forward with this. And it's just beautifully done. I can't give enough praise for that element of this.
A lot of it was done for character development, pushing forward, and I was like,
100%.
man,
Yeah.
so good. But
Very
our,
important to
Wasn't
do.
fan
too.
service at all.
yep, our boys get a case for one of Fembot Foggy's old neighbors and Ray McCoy, and he's not going to sign a plea bargain. He tells them, I'm going to get killed in there. They want me there.
Yeah.
They have people waiting for me. I'm not signing a plea deal. And
Yeah.
lo and behold, Foggy finds something in his case, bad address on the search warrant.
Yeah.
Everything is dismissed, so he gets him off on a technicality. And of course, they have a little argument between Matt and Foggy about should they.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's
should.
like, he
They really
steals, he sells drugs. Should
But
we do it?
is that worth a death sentence? I think
Yeah.
that's the most important part about
That's
that
the-
discussion is they need to determine, like where do we stand morally? Like, yeah, we
Right.
know that he's not a great guy. Obviously, he's got a very shady past, and he's he's been doing work with the Kingpin. That's why his life is in danger. But if we get him to, if we just, we're a part of the system and we push it
Yeah.
through and just have him do the paperwork, then how are we any better? We're helping the system. We're going to be the bad guys too by knowingly letting him getting killed.
And I think at first Matt thought that Foggy was doing it because he was the brother of his friend growing up. But over the course of the episode, he realized, no, Foggy's right. We got to do what is right. We got to do the right thing,
Yeah.
no matter what.
It was
And
almost
what
like
I
it
liked
was,
about Foggy is you got to see Foggy's like character. I don't mean character as in he's Foggy, the character. I mean his character as a person.
yeah.
Because even though this
Yeah.
guy picked on him his whole life, growing up, he's still gonna do the right thing for the guy. He kind of felt bad for him for the way he grew up.
Oh yeah.
And Foggy, he went the extra mile, and that's the kind of person Foggy was, and I think that affected Matt into a better make him into a better lawyer.
Didn't remember, too.
100%. That whole story arc, the flashbacks in this episode are showing us how these characters became who they are.
Exactly.
Basically, the epitome of the Daredevil that we know and love from the comics is showing up in this series because of Foggy and the moral compass that Matt Murdock got from his best friend. It's beautifully done.
It's definitely driving, what Matt's doing, his decisions that he's making as a hero too. Because again, this is perfect foreshadowing for what ends up the decision that he ends up making towards the end of the episode.
And all I can say is it was the weirdest thing hearing them calling it Murdock and Nelson at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Because they first said it, I'm like,
They never called it that.
that sounds weird.
I know.
But then when he finally says, when we get Nelson and Murdock open, I was like, oh my God, we know why the name is that. It fits perfectly into the episode. Just awesome.
So perfect.
But
Yeah.
we see Foggy decides to give the cash that they've been saving to open Murdock and Nelson to
Another look at his character.
Yeah.
Yes, to help him get out of there and not get killed. Beautiful.
Yeah, you can't stay here.
What are we
Here's
celebrating?
money.
Mercy.
Yep,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Love that.
Make some better decisions. And I also like how, he recognizes, Ray realizes this is my ticket to a better life. I can start over. I can do this again. And he turns to Foggy, and I like, what he says to him. When you used to hang out with my brother and you'd have your sleepovers, I never really had friends like that. And Foggy just looks at him and says, I know.
Yeah.
I know, and that's why, I'm trying to give you another chance. That's why I'm doing this. This is the right thing to do because I know you've had a hard life. I know you didn't have the same opportunities and chances that I did.
And at the end there, he doesn't. He called him Fembot throughout the whole show until that
he
last
did.
scene.
Almost like a
he's like,
term of
"You know what?"
endearment at this point.
Yeah, he was like, "Well, thanks, Foggy." And he didn't say the Fembot part, and it was like, "You're right. Get out of here."
That was
And
beautiful.
so it really meant something to him.
Yeah.
100%. But then we see former fixer James Weasley.
Weasley.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Weasley.
Yes.
God, I got Harry Potter on the mind.
Weaseltown.
Just
Weaselton.
think he's a weasel.
I mean, probably to be fair, it was most likely done like that on purpose. Like, of course, the assistant to the Kingpin is a Weasley man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to see Wesley again, though.
Yep. And he hires Cashman to kill McCoy. So we get that
Bring it all
connection there, who, narrowly escapes. But
Although I didn't buy the baseball cap on that guy, it just didn't work for him.
Why do they do that in these movies and shows? Every time
Every
they
time.
just
I
toss
need
the
to go
baseball cap on.
incognito.
they have to make him
Captain,
look.
Captain America.
You guys can't recognize me right now, right? Because I'm
We have no
wearing
idea.
this cap.
Who are you?
Who is this guy?
Who's this guy?
But Then the Kingpin and Wesley are talking about, hey, we should get into Bitcoin or something, with the Russians.
Oh, yeah.
And, he kind of talks like, maybe we should think about art.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we think we know why, because we did see Vanessa kind of working in the art gallery and talking about the painting that has
Rabbit
been...
in a snowstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, that grand design. Everything led to Vanessa for him. Everything led to the moral compass gotten from Foggy for Daredevil. It was beautiful to see how these characters and these people's lives shape them like that. Wesley, most of all, for Kingpin.
And they only said it 2 times each. So Vanessa said the grand design twice, and so did Daredevil.
Daredevil said it twice?
Yeah. Go back and watch it. It won't be hard to go back and watch.
I was gonna say that'll be my pleasure.
No.
I knew Vanessa said it
shucks.
twice, and I remember. But talking about Daredevil, he is helping Bullseye escape from the AVTC, and despite Bullseye extremely injured,
Fighting him
saying,
every step of the way. Leave me behind.
he
I
wants to
killed
die.
Foggy.
Yeah, he's pulling a Thanos there. Everything's in balance if I die. So
I know. It's
well,
like,
and he even
really,
said,
guy.
he goes, listen, the only reason I lived when you threw me off that roof was to make amends. I've now made amends. Leave me be. Let me go.
I'm supposed to die now, yeah.
And, they're in the church and they're hiding out in I keep calling him a deacon. I don't know what he is. He's not the father at the church.
Yeah, they don't name him.
He's a diet priest. I don't know.
There you go. I like that. Yeah. Sugar-free
Priest
Zero.
Priest Zero.
Now with stevia.
Our Father, now with less sugar.
Yeah.
But they're hiding out. The AVTF show up. He's telling them no weapons in the church, and they're like, forget about it.
We're gonna do whatever we want. Which, I mean, I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
it's not like it does make you think back to older shows and movies where somebody can just go into a church and claim sanctuary, and then the police can't do anything about it.
Right.
But of course, the vigilante task force is going to be like kicking the door down, burning up the place, trashing it. Like, we don't really care.
Yep.
We don't have any rules or regulations that stop us from, running wild.
Yeah.
And Daredevil, against his better judgment at the time, he was going to leave him. He decides it best to take him with him, escape the church.
I loved that scene so much, just watching him grapple with it, because once again, Bullseye said, just leave me. And Matt even says at one point, I can't save us both. And he runs off, and he's going to leave him there as the task force is, getting close to them. And you can see Matt out on the sidewalk, just like, I can't do it. His inner hero was like, wouldn't let him leave.
His inner Foggy wouldn't let him leave.
Don't say that name. He did get a little upset when Bullseye mentioned his name. That was about.
You don't get to say that name.
But right before he left him, though, he did say his name again. And I was surprised that Daredevil let it go, but he did. He said, Foggy, just go, just leave me here. And I thought he would, hit him or something, but no. And then he came back for him. I mean, do you think he's going to have a team up the rest of the season at any point?
I think they will maybe fight together against the AVTF a little bit at some point, but they won't be able to work together because I think we know that Bullseye, a lot like the Punisher, only more so, takes it too far.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see a big final act fight in maybe the last episode of them doing something very similar to what Matt and Punisher did in what I've come to find out is the last episode of the first season. But as a reminder, I did not see until this year.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I have a feeling it could be something like that. I mean, I know that we're still supposed to get Jessica Jones and a couple of the others in here, but I could see them kind of being a sort of faux defenders, if you will, just
I have a theory about that.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Because basically what I think is going to happen at the end of this episode. Let's talk about it at the end of the episode.
Okay.
I have a theory about
Pin it.
Jessica Jones and all those other people.
I will not
Theory,
remember
Keith.
to remind you.
Yes, I have a note on it though, so I'll remember to talk about it.
It's in the vault.
Vanessa is placed in critical condition, and she has to go through surgery.
Yeah.
Of course, they get the best, surgeon possible. But Daniel
And
Blake,
I like how the entire hospital is on edge. They're all
Oh,
afraid
yeah.
of the Kingpin too.
Oh yeah.
and BB comes in, talks to Daniel Blake, who spills the beans about it, and he sees on the TV the information he just gave her has now leaked.
He's like,
He has
"Dang it."
confirmed his suspicions, his worst nightmare. The girl he likes is using him to get information from inside the campaign.
Yeah.
And of course, that happens to coincide with Buck. Tell him he's got to come with them. They got a mission together.
Yeah.
And in a
Oh.
completely
Going on a road trip.
Sopranos
Oh,
Yeah.
mafioso thing.
Yeah. They're traveling somewhere to Albany, and he's ready to take the car and run when Buck goes
Yeah.
into the store, which we don't know, but he comes out with a shovel. And
Shovel and a sawzall.
And a
It's
saw,
like,
yeah. it's like,
you
oh
see
god.
that? Take off. It's like, okay, I'm
And he's
done.
whistling as he comes out of the store. He's like,
Well, for him, Mitch was
Man
a
who
good
enjoys
thing.
his job.
yeah. Like, I'm just getting paid to do what I love to do.
That's
Yeah.
right. How would you? I could see a scene like that. Kingpin asks him to do something and pays him. And goes, I got paid for that. Well, yes, you
I'd have
did
done
a
that
job
for
for me,
free.
so therefore you should get compensated. I was just doing what I loved, man. But sure.
win-win. Holy cow.
Right.
I'd have taken a 6-pack. What are you talking about?
I was gonna pay you.
Yeah.
But we do find out that they are going to bury somebody else, which I assume it is the first mate from the Northern Star, but you can't really get a good
Yeah,
look
Christoffel.
at the body wrapped up. I watched it again to see if I could see. I didn't know if it was the governor.
I had to watch it again and
Yeah.
pause it, and it is a guy in there.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I swore that it was like a female in there.
I did
like,
too. I thought it
oh.
was BB.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
I
B.
thought
I
it was-
really
I
did.
was like, oh. I was like,
And so
oh
when
my
you guys were
gosh.
talking about that it looked like the dock worker, I instantly had to go back and
Yeah.
I ended up screen recording it, and that's also, by the way, when I found out that they changed the aspect ratio. I didn't realize that when I was
Yeah.
watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they would have done the governor
No.
until they knew Vanessa was dead. And they didn't.
Yeah, it was
By the
too
time-
early for
Yeah.
them to
Exactly.
have taken her out. Yeah, so more than likely it is the Christoffel from the Northern Star.
And I almost think that
What-
if the governor is going to get taken out, it'll be more of Mr. Charles taking her out than the Kingpin.
I can see that. Yeah.
I could say that too, yeah, because now it's getting in the way of the CIA's business.
Yep.
But yeah, I love this entire scene. I love the setup. I love how it's juxtaposed against him doing like I assume one of his first jobs for the Kingpin to try and hunt down this guy
Yeah.
that and I love the fact that it's all just baked in his ideology versus what he's trying to it's all about loyalty. It's all loyalty. We do what we're told, and that's all you have to do.
Yeah. Curious too that Buck's first job was a failure
Yeah,
as well. You
and
know?
they continue to use him, and now he's basically Wilson's like right hand man.
Maybe that's why he's giving Daniel more of a shot. No pun intended.
I think that's very accurate because he
Very
understands.
accurate indeed.
But only now Daniel has screwed up twice.
Mm-hmm.
And he told him never to screw up again.
But he is now knee deep too. He knows where the body.
He's complicit now.
He is.
Yep.
But then we switch. We
When
see
he comes
Vanessa-
and says, shovel or saw, I'd be like, shovel?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would take too.
"Do I look
No
like Dexter
question.
to you?
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah.
the shovel."
Yeah.
I just
think
got
you'd
this
enjoy that
suit.
more
Give me
than
the
I
shovel.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Exactly.
You can't get blood out.
No.
Do you got any the protein? What's it called?
The enzyme
Bleach.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Vanessa wakes up after surgery. Kingpin is ecstatic. She seems to be
Yeah.
a little bit off when she asks for a cup of
Pineapple
pineapple
juice.
juice with ice.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it hurts your lips. And she's like, I just want it. Of course, Kingpin, some nurse is coming in probably to check vitals or do something important. He's
Yeah.
like, get her the juice.
Pineapple juice.
Yeah.
No, that is more important.
Yeah, scared
Yep,
the
and
crap
that's
out
what
of
killed
her.
her. He wouldn't let her take her vitals, so that was it. That's what killed her.
He's gonna
Yeah, we
blame
had
himself.
He's
gonna be full
one
of
of your
guilt.
friends thought it was the pineapple juice that killed her, but yeah, more than likely it was because she wasn't getting her vitals done, and
Mm-hmm.
they would have caught some sort of hemorrhage going on. Maybe they could have fixed
Yep.
it.
Just a little
Now we
update.
can go-
The Battle Beast is still seeking a worthy opponent throughout the multiverse. I have stolen the portal device from Rick and Morty to travel around
Oh,
the
good.
multiverse for more worthy opponents. Have you fought Rick? in Battle Beast?
a new one. Yeah.
Hey,
I hope
speaking of
that's-
Rick and Morty, that's what I was gonna say a second ago. Where he was like,
yeah.
More
I'm just
importantly-
doing my job and
You
loving it.
fought Pickle Rick.
But yeah, she ends up drinking it. She says it's delightful. It's the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up
Yeah.
dying. And Chris
Yeah.
was talking about, good friend of the channel, Carrie, was asking on Facebook, do you think she could have been allergic to pineapple? And that is what ended up killing her on the spot right there.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome to find out.
I don't know, because if that was the case, they certainly didn't film it as if she was having an allergic reaction. I think what Chris said is kind of sounded like it looked more like she was having hemorrhaging, or that she was having a seizure or something. There was the way that she was repeating things, and how she sort of like was, I don't know a nice way to put it, kind of glitching out in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
she
was.
asked
It
for
was
the
definitely
same
something with
story.
her brain.
Yeah, it
that
did
was
not look
happening.
like an allergic reaction to me.
The pineapple juice, like what Fisk said was like it makes your mouth tingly and everything. Yeah, that's a reaction. But if she was having an allergic reaction to the pineapple juice, I'm medically trained, guys.
Yeah, wouldn't her throat close up, or?
It would close up because the hives and everything would blister up, and you would see her gasping for air, and that
Frothing
way
in the
she would
mouth.
die by asphyxiation.
Yeah.
Which is not what happened here. So
No.
I must debunk the pineapple juice theory.
Sorry, Carrie.
Yeah, the
It
only
would've-
way that I could see it being an allergic reaction is if they just said it was, but they
Yeah.
didn't actually, like, you know how shows and movies will do that. They won't actually have an expert on set to say this is how the person should react.
For me, the only thing I was thinking is if he found out later that what his actions caused her death might be even a little more over the top, crazy post.
He will never. That's
Then
not
he's gonna
Kingpin's
slam
style.
his head into a car door until it falls off.
Yeah, he won't accept
is-
blame. That's just not his personality. It's always going to be
No.
somebody else. It'll be the
It's
doctors
going to
and
be
the nurses.
directed on Bullseye and Daredevil.
Yeah,
completely.
exactly.
He's going after him.
Yeah, no, he's not
They
going
are the
to
ones.
accept that he had anything to do with it. It won't be like,
Yeah.
well, maybe if you would have let the nurse collect her vitals, or maybe if you wouldn't have given her the, or maybe if you would have let her wake up a little bit slower instead of forcing her to immediately come to consciousness. I mean, he won't accept any of that. That's just
Yeah,
not.
if Bullseye had never
Why
hit
are you
her
making me do
with the
this?
glass. Yeah, if you'd never hit it with
The
the
other
glass,
show.
you'd never be in the hospital in the first place.
Yes, there you go. Yes, that's way more likely, Dave.
Yep.
But I do think we can all agree that after this episode, Fisk is going to go full Kingpin. No more hiding behind masks of being a
No.
legitimate mayor. I think he is going to abandon all pretense of.
I'm going to be a
legitimacy.
dictator now.
Unleashed. Yeah.
I actually, going into this episode, I thought he was going to start there. I didn't know they were going to keep her alive throughout this episode. I thought she was.
I didn't
Oh.
either.
I didn't
Fine.
either.
I think we
But
all
he got a
thought-
chance to say goodbye.
And then for them to then have her die at the end of the episode. Sorry, spoilers. They have her die at the end of the episode. I'm like, wait a minute. So you teased her death in the last one, and then you dragged it out just to end up killing her off anyway. You terrible people.
Yeah, but it served the story
It did.
perfectly. And
Oh
it
yeah,
was
he had
a
a
beautiful
nice,
send off for Vanessa.
yeah, the nice mirroring with the situation
Yeah.
with Bullseye, and Bullseye just like wanting to go, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great point, Dave. Yeah.
And just so,
So
you
much
know,
mirroring in this episode.
Battle Beast has traveled to the Star Wars universe in search of the
boy.
strongest. I have heard a name of Maul. Is he the strongest in the universe of Star Wars? Or another soul for me to crush? I do believe
Oh, no, he's
Sidious.
not
That
strong.
palps.
Yeah, Sidious is probably a bit stronger than Maul. But Maul would be a good first test for you in that universe to see how you stack up against the Force and stuff. So let us know how it goes, Battle Beast. I do think that is the real Battle Beast, because if you saw Invincible this week, what his last meal wants to be sounds a lot like
It's
our
his
friend
own
here in
blood.
chat.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I think
That was great.
I think next episode, I think the Kingpin is going to declare a state of emergency in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Curfews, checkpoints, raids, basically turning into a police state. And I think, like Matt, Karen, Angela, Swordsman, Jessica Jones are all going to form this underground resistance. And I think
What if
that's-
what if he ends up taking it a step further and demands that the bridges be shut down so no one can leave the city?
Whoa.
Could be. Yeah.
Some Batman
Declaring
vibes
martial law,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. So much of this season does remind me a little bit of The Dark Knight Rises, martial law and everything else. And they did mention a nurse in this once again. Do we think Claire Temple's going to be showing up this season?
Yes.
Like, I feel like
I thought
maybe
that's.
bring Poindexter to him.
Oh my gosh! I
Yeah, when he
really
said
thought that
that-
that's who he's referencing.
there.
Yeah.
When he
They
brought him into
mentioned
the
it
church,
earlier,
he's like,
too.
"There's a nurse I know," and I'm like, "Oh, she's coming back." And
Yeah.
of course, my nerdy head, I'm like, "Oh boy, we're gonna see Ahsoka."
Yep. Yeah.
She's gonna come in
Probably
wearing
the
the Ahsoka hair.
Sound
too.
stage
Right.
over is they're
Shit,
filming
no, wrong
Ahsoka, so
show.
she can come over, takes off the tendrils, and it's like, all right, I'm ready to play Claire.
Right.
Oh, let me take off the makeup too. Sorry. Why are you orange, Claire?
She'll probably,
Daredevil. You're orange?
Yeah.
she'll probably be like, oh,
Aren't
I see
you glad I
Jessica's
showed
here.
up?
I see Jessica's here. Why don't you call, Luke and Danny too?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, dummy.
next season.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And he should say that.
Season?
No, that's next
the
season.
fall.
What,
In the
what
fall.
season?
And then Deadpool shows up. Are you stealing my shtick, Daredevil?
I know, right?
And then Rick walks out of a party. Morty, it's the wrong show.
He turns back around.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we're going to see Matt Murdock kind of publicly claim the Daredevil persona. Like if we're going to find out, because I say that because if you remember, Kingpin did say Matt Murdock is a hero. And with all of the anti-vigilante stuff going on, it could almost be kind of a grassroots campaign on his part to be like, you said Matt Murdock is a hero. Well, guess what? Daredevil and him are one and the same.
Well, some screenshots made the rounds showing Matt in a prison uniform.
They did.
So I'd be led to believe, based on that, it's probably very likely that his secret identity is not going to be so secret.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody is talking to Mike Coulter about
Talking
about
to.
sensitive pictures. Yeah. It's like, guy, we're trying to bring it back here, but you're pulling a Tom Holland.
Right.
Right.
A lot like Wonder Man. They're like, hey, we got to rewrite. Power Man gets shot in the first episode and dies off screen.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
And I can't wait to see. I mean, Bullseye does not want to be helped. He does not want to be healed.
No.
Is that going to turn him even a little bit more into that Bullseye from the comics? I mean, he's not happy with Matt. And if he brings in the night nurse, Claire Temple, not Shirley Temple, but Claire, to fix, to heal him up and get him better, he might be a little more off than he is now. He may.
No. I see the way that he's acting lately. I think, and I don't remember which one of you said that it reminded you of Thanos.
That was Dave. Yep.
Dave. So I think what's going to end up happening is somehow he's convinced himself that the world is a scale. And if somebody does something good by him, he has to repay it if somebody does something bad. So I think he's going to be more pissed that now he owes Matt something. He owes him his life, essentially.
I like
I
that.
don't
Will
theory.
he
be
think
mad
that's
about it.
not
It
evening
seems
scales
that-
because he saved his life in the first episode?
Wait,
Bullseye in the first episode of the season killed the AVTF guys.
that's
did.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
None of the
right.
scales are ultimately.
Okay,
balanced.
huh? All right.
I don't
The
feel
way I
like
took it to.
he operates
sorry.
on emotion. He
Yeah.
operates on he's very
Normally he does, but this last episode he was acting different.
Yeah, it was weird because at the end, when Matt went back to get him, he almost seemed relieved that he came back to help him out, to get him out of there, because
yeah. You know when he put his
kind of
hand
had a
up and
smile
grabbed
on
it.
his face. Yeah, and he grabbed his hand willingly. So I think he did
Yeah.
want to live. You know?
All right. Well,
That's a
good.
good point. But I wonder too if once martial law is instituted in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
the first target might not be Daredevil and Bullseye. They'll be high in the list. I think BB Urich might be public enemy number one.
Oh,
Once Kingpin finds out she was the leak, because I'm pretty sure Buck knows now who that leak
Yeah.
was. Daniel definitely knows who the leak was, and he's loyal to Fisk. We may see, who's to blame for this, and he'll be like, BB, I told BB, she found out, and it got out from there,
Yeah.
and she may be targeted number one, and that may be who the Daredevil's vigilante underground may be fighting to save.
yeah.
Well, speaking
gotta
of
think,
Daniel's
too,
loyalty
Daniel.
to Fisk,
Yeah.
do you think he's going to maintain that loyalty, or do you think he's going to reach a breaking point where he's ultimately going to have to draw a line in the sand? Is it worth
Yeah.
it to keep working for these monsters, or do I want to turn a new leaf?
No,
Yeah,
he's
is he
in
going to
the
have
cult. I think he's in
actual
the cult.
conscience? But he's
I think
keeping
he's in the
BB's
cult.
secret.
It
at
is,
the
it is,
same time.
Dave. It is very cult-like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially, if he doesn't do what he's told, they'll kill him.
They are going to kill him, and I think
Yeah.
that ultimately will inform his decision about that.
And just so you know, Battle Beast has ran into Maul and 2 Inquisitors, and he hopes this will be a worthy challenge for his strength. Good luck, Battle Beast. Keep us
Okay.
updated. But
Do you
yeah,
have anything that could actually be effective against a lightsaber, Battle Beast?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maul's gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
well, his knees hurt. His cybernet. We'll get into
Yeah.
that later.
At least one of them does.
The other,
Master Daki.
even though the first mate is dead, the lawyer,
They still have a video of him.
right? I can't remember her name. McDuffie.
Kirsten?
Yeah, they still have that, so that might get leaked out. A lot
Yeah.
like in the boys when the Flight 47
Oh, yeah.
or Flight 87
Fake,
stuff
it's
got-
AI.
right. That may get leaked, and even though it's not
a deep
admissible,
fake.
even though it's not admissible in a court of law, court of
Yeah.
public opinion, you may see
Yeah.
people turning against the Kingpin, and him even going a little bit more off the deep end after what happened.
And at least I think we can assume that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that if a politician is caught doing something not so good, usually they step down from their position, or they're forced out of their position. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not in
they
real life.
Ever
Not
address
in reality.
the president on Captain America and the White Wolf? Did they ever address why he was not the president in the movie?
Don't think they did.
No, I don't know.
They just kind of moved past it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, it seemed like in the movie for Captain America, they just had the election because Thunderbolt Ross was like, "Yeah, I had to shave my mustache for the election," so maybe the term ended for the previous president.
So that was probably good enough for them. And the reason he was
Probably.
voted out is because he was such a pansy on that show. I mean, it wasn't that people watched that show. It was that the public knew he was a pansy because of
Are you talking
his
about
action.
Special Investigation?
No, I was talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Because was he the same?
which was an
president that
actual
was in
show. I don't know
Special
what you're
Investigation?
talking about.
Special
I don't know what
Investigation.
Special Investigation is.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Gosh, okay. One of you should go back and rewatch that
No,
show.
no,
and see if it's
not
the
it.
same president.
Nope.
No.
Nope,
No.
Chris.
Oh,
is
you're
the guy.
stuck.
Oh, shoot.
Oh no!
You're stuck, Chris. We want a full review.
And just remember, this
Okay,
Sunday,
I'll put it
Chris
on the
will be
docket.
breaking down all 6 episodes of Special Investigation for us.
Oh god!
Gosh, there were only 6 episodes. That felt like there were way more.
It felt
too.
like so many more. I didn't know it was
Ugh.
only 6 either. Oh,
Wow.
God. Oh, that was so hard to get through.
The first episode was okay.
You're right.
I didn't even.
The first
I didn't even
episode
care
was
for the
fun.
first episode.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
They killed off Maria Hill in the first episode.
I know.
They did.
But she came
Yeah.
back in shrinking, so it's all right. Now, do you guys think possibly that Bullseye might think, as a way to help repay his new friend for, saving his life, healing him, he might go after Kingpin himself? And that could
I
add,
think he wants to go after Kingpin himself anyway.
Yeah, I think he'd go after him regardless.
Yeah.
What I want to know, what's going to happen now that Daredevil brought him down to his hideout?
oh, true.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to move for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, his eyes were closed the whole time he brought him in there, so he has no idea where he's at.
No peeking. Close your eyes. Okay.
Yeah. Where will they have to go?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's any possibility that he works for Fisk again at some point?
No, I don't see that
No
happening.
way.
I think
This
he's
would, like,
from now
destroy
on.
him.
He
Head in the-
may
head in the
do
car door
jobs
at
for
that
other
point.
people, but never for Kingpin again.
I feel the same way, and it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah. Oh.
But hopefully someone else can hire him to go after Daredevil in a later season, because Daredevil Bullseye fights are fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, we may see them fight again, especially if Kingpin finally gets deposed and has to go off and be in a Sony Spider-Man thing.
And Bullseye's mental state is all over the place. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
could snap
Oh, yeah.
anytime and just become psychotic again.
It would be hilarious if Daredevil did what The Boys does with people with mental issues. Whenever they would show, like in the earlier seasons of Black Noir, how he sees everything as like puppets or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. They do that with Bullseye.
Right. He just sees an angry Matt sock puppet.
Yeah.
I told you
Go
to
ahead
stop
and kill
killing
this
everybody.
guy.
You gotta stop killing everybody. Shut up, Matt. I'm not gonna shut up. And then a Karen puppet. I can't believe you brought him here, Matt. And he's just like.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be too far of a stretch. They already play with the lighting on certain characters and the aspect ratios, and they did it even with I want to say it was when Vanessa was, yeah, when she was like, as her brain was starting to shut down, they showed her again in
Yeah.
like the museum. The light started to shut off,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, that's
the way
beautiful.
they do that, I love the way the show plays with little cinematography like that. I enjoy that. I enjoy when they can they don't feel they need to be so strict with
Mm-hmm.
they can be artistic with it. And I think that really helps build out the characters and just really show the emotion of a scene.
Yeah, and they're not doing it just to show off too, or like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't this be cool? It serves the plot. It serves the
Yes.
story
Yes.
beautifully, and brings in an aspect of what's actually going on with Vanessa's death, with the flashbacks to the Netflix series. It's all there to serve a purpose, and that's what makes this episode so brilliant.
Oh yeah.
That's really an understatement because it was absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, another thought. Actually, we got an update from Battle Beast. It was a good battle, but not good enough. I've killed them too soon. I want a more glorious battle. I want more. I
There's
mean,
no way you killed them all that fast. No one.
unless
Well,
his,
you should have heard him in our last stream.
unless his
Yeah, you
mace
should
kind
have.
of stops
Yeah.
lightsabers.
Oh yeah, maybe it's made of
Oh.
Beskar
That's
or
good.
Cortosis.
It could be something similar to
got that.
Hawkgirl's mace.
Yep. But
There you go.
I keep thinking, too, it's been a few episodes since we saw Mr. Charles.
It has been,
Will
yeah.
he become creeping back in the next episode? One, to maybe try to control Kingpin.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be out of control.
Yeah.
Or will he be pushing Kingpin to do a little more? You know what? We need this crazy person to do these few steps for us.
Yeah.
Hands free from us. And he just keeps pushing him in a direction to get certain things done for the CIA.
I think Mr. Charles is so focused on getting those weapons to wherever they need to go that he's probably going to accidentally piss Kingpin off and be like, hey, look, I know you're going to need a little bit of time to grieve, so what do we say, like 2 days and then you get those weapons shipped?
I don't know if you saw
with
the
that
interview.
flipping attitude.
I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Vincent D'Onofrio. He said, even though him and Matthew Lillard are friends, he could not stand him on set. Hated him, didn't want to be.
He hated the character.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That he was playing.
He hated the character so much that he hated doing scenes with him because he just wanted to go crazy. But
I just wanted to hit him.
Half the time in what we've seen with Mr. Charles is him undermining Kingpin and his power. And so I think ultimately there is going to be conflict there between those two characters. And I definitely think Kingpin is going to come out on top.
He might not right away, considering we know what we know about season 3 thanks to Mr. Coulter.
I know.
He may be sharing a cell with Kingpin.
Yeah.
And that may be with the help of Mr. Charles. And I'm sure a lot of the evidence that Daredevil and the Vigilantes and everybody collect.
Yeah.
But I think Mr. Charles may think he has the upper hand, but eventually Kingpin will get his revenge because he always does.
Now, is that screenshot from this season or season 3?
Season 3.
That's definitely season 3.
Okay. The reason why I ask is I was watching a video the other day, and they were saying that they had a theory that Daredevil would be in prison during Spider-Man, and that it would be like him and Frank having to break him out of prison or something.
Could be. We do see Peter in a prison fighting the Hand, so.
That would be crazy. That would be very cool.
I just want to see them have Matt in the mask with the jumpsuit on, the orange jumpsuit, like from the comics.
Oh, that'd be great.
I was like, I don't know why he's wearing his mask, but looks cool.
Did you notice that even more of his
Daredevil
suit is getting revealed?
The what is getting revealed?
What was that, Doug?
I said, did you notice that even more of his suit is getting revealed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I was kind of saying.
Even more
over
of the red
season.
now. Yeah.
It's coming out, and it's kind of going to look like...
It's almost like the Invincible title card.
Yeah.
It is.
Or
It is very much like
every
that.
episode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because there's in the comics, some of his uniforms will be red on the sides and everything, and black with the red DD in the middle too. So I wonder if they're going for that by the end of the season.
Chris, at this channel, we call it the Bang and Double Ds.
Sorry.
Those luscious double Ds.
Double Ds.
Now, my final thought for this episode. Are we going to see Heather, Glenn, and Muse anymore? Or you think they're saving that for season 3? Because they hinted at it quite a bit before the Swordsman trial, and it has all been pushed to the back burner.
Yeah.
I think we'll see in the final episode to set up something for the future.
I almost wonder if Wilson is going to look to her to sort of be a temporary replacement for his wife.
I like what Dave said. His muse.
Oh God,
His muse.
Maybe, maybe he'll pull a Joker or whatever. No, who was it? Was it Bane that sent the Scarecrow out in the streets of Gotham? Let him run loose.
No, it was Ra's
Or
al
is that
Ghul.
Joker?
That was Ra's al Ghul.
That was Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the
Well, no, I mean
Batman
in the
Begins.
second or third film, it happened again.
Oh yeah, Bane let him loose too,
Oh,
and he
Bane,
was
okay.
part of the
Bane
court.
made Scarecrow the
He
judge.
was the judge. Yep.
Right. It'd be funny if Kingpin
Exile or
like
death?
urged her to like look into her inner darkness and just like created a new muse out of Heather and then had her running the streets.
Yeah.
Chaos for a city of chaos. Let it run red.
That would be weirded. I would like that.
So they probably won't do it.
Now, do you think
Probably not.
talking about the hand in Spider-Man and Prison Breaks? Do you think we'll see the hand at all this season?
No,
I would say if we are going to see them at all, it'll be way towards the end, maybe even an end credit scene to set it up.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
it seems like it would be too much to try and cram into the season with everything else going on.
maybe we see the hand in the Punisher special.
We could. Yeah, that would make sense.
That would make more sense to get a tease during the Punisher.
Yeah,
episode.
agreed.
Excellent. Any other thoughts, gentlemen, or should we rate this wonderful episode?
Yeah, I have one more thought. I know in the comics too, Vanessa's brought back, and the hand actually brings her back as kind of a test for Fisk when he's trying to run the hand. So, do we think that's a storyline that might be developed later on?
I don't. Only because they're trying to stay away from...
I hope not.
They're making this much more grounded. I don't think they're going to delve into those areas with the hand. The hand is just going to be a ninja organization, criminal syndicate, if you will.
I will.
All right.
We like them criminal syndicates.
Well, then my question, which episode are we going to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and when are they going to hang out with Daredevil and realize that they have the same origin story?
They're not. Their crossover is with Batman, and that's DC.
And that was wrong and sick, and it should have never happened.
Doug, it's episode 9 this season.
Okay, thank you.
Coming out May 12th. Make sure you're on Disney.
Cowabunga.
Just like that extra show for Stranger Things that we were waiting for. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to start that for
It'll start any minute.
Every show. Did you guys know there's a secret episode 12 of Shrinking for this season? Did you guys know there's a special 11th episode of Maul? Did you know there's a special 9th episode? Here's the clues.
Yep.
I did mini tangent time. I did watch that last episode of Stranger Things when it aired, and the way they ended it, there was no way they were ever going to do any kind of extra episode, hidden episode, secret episode. It was too clean of a, when I say clean ending, they ran the full credits like it was the end of a movie.
Yeah.
There was no way that they were going to have another secret. They did a flash forward as to where are they now? And so when I saw that, the rumor online, there's a secret, I'm like, why though? They wrapped up they wrapped up as many loose ends as they could, for the story that they were trying to tell. It just, no. There are a lot of theories that go online for any of these shows that you have to think about it for longer than 2 seconds, and sometimes you got to take a little bit of emotion out of it. Like, I would really like to see that. Like, I would love to see them just redo the last season of Game of Thrones. I know it's not going to happen, but I would really like it.
Doug, how dare you tell us to take the emotion out of it?
I would love for them to cancel out the sequel trilogy. They're not going to do that either.
They're not going to do that either.
You never know.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, I would love for them to change the ending of, or the whole clone thing with at the end of the Mandalorian season 3. I thought that was a poor way to handle it. I wish they wouldn't have broken the Darksaber.
Yeah.
But they're not going to have a secret episode to show somebody rebuilding it. So.
And
they got to make it smaller for Grogu.
While we are on tangent time. Battle Beast, I am going to the Death Star by myself. I seek Star Killer, Darth Vader, and the Emperor himself. So, and then Jason Deerham, Thrag made you look like a little kitten. Unfortunately, I think we're about to have violence in the chat.
We are.
Battle Beast,
we
please. Jason is a good guy. He's a decent man. Don't let those words spark you towards violence.
Battle Beast, your next fight will be glorious with the rag.
I don't know about that.
Thrag is
see.
foolish to think that
We'll see.
if that small encounter is an actual battle, our next fight will be glorious.
Will it?
Be a glorious accessory for Thrag.
I was about to say, was there a secret hidden episode that I missed?
9th episode this year of Invincible.
Okay. All right.
But it's time. Let's rate this episode, gentlemen.
Okay, I'll go first to keep with tradition.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go get another absolutely drink.
Do
We
it.
gotta take a drink.
And
Absolutely.
let the English see you do it. Okay, when I first got through this episode, my first thought was, although it was still a good episode, it seemed like not a filler, but like an episode where they're setting up other stuff. That was my first reaction to it watching it the first time. But it was so dense with the material that you needed to move on with the show. And it gave such a nice background on Vanessa and just to kill her off at the end of the show. But at least we know, we even got a little bit of that on the Netflix series of what we saw. And it was just a little more in depth on the Netflix series. And everything with Foggy shaping the moves that Daredevil makes, that Matt makes in the future and now, and he can't allow himself to leave Bullseye there. And it was so deep. So at the same time, when I thought this is a filler episode compared to the rest of the season, it kind of was. But the rest of the season, compared with this, it's not much of a drop off. I don't even know if it's a drop off. It's just a more informational episode, I guess I'm trying to say. It gave a lot of information that we needed. I can't stand Daniel Blake. He just doesn't seem to know. I mean, he kind of ends up doing the things that he's supposed to do to stay on Fisk's good side, but he always seems like he's struggling with everything he's doing. And he's always stressed out, and he's always like, he never knows the right thing to do, but the right thing for him to do is anything that Fisk wants him to do. It's like a cultist. Doesn't mirror anything going on in the world today. So, no. And it was a 56-minute episode, I think. And it flew by. I don't know what else to say because of everything else that we've covered. And we always hit the end of this show, and I always have these things I want to say, but then we always cover them the rest of the time that we're talking, and I don't want to reiterate them. True. I'm going to give this episode an 8 instead of an 8.5. I think I gave the last one. No, I gave the last one a 9, but I wasn't here to say it. So there it is. Last week's was a 9. This week's is an 8.5, just slightly off from the last one. But this show is just head and shoulders above all the other MCU TV shows. This has got so much weight to it. I mean, when I watch it, it feels like I'm immersing myself in a different world. And it's serious, and it has stakes. I mean, it's just so much better than all the other shows they put out. It's just like on a different planet. So, yeah, this episode, 8.5. Go ahead, Keith, whenever you can.
Yeah, no, thank you. See, this episode to me was just totally mesmerizing the entire time. Seeing how they were, reaching back to the Netflix series to tie things in. The way all the flashbacks tied together pretty much. You saw Buck going after Ray and, Nelson and Murdock. I'm sorry, Murdock and Nelson working, prior to their own thing. And everything about it, seeing how that shaped Daredevil's decisions then, seeing how the Kingpin and Buck and Daniel were all doing, I just thought was flawless. Like the weaving of these plot lines together was just mesmerizing and perfect. And when you finally see Matt say, you know what, for Nelson and Murdock, and the reason why is Nelson is the heart of everything, and he's the the good guy. He's the guy who molded me into the person I am. It was just amazing. And it's funny because you talk about Daniel always being nervous and worried about things. I like that characterization of this character. He has like imposter syndrome. He shouldn't be the director of communications at this point. He feels like he's getting into Fisk's inner circle and realizing that he's the kingpin and not knowing how to handle things, and being nervous because he likes BB and he wants to give her stuff, but he knows that she's leaking information and it's going to be a bad time for him. Like, watching this, I feel for the characters. I feel completely immersed, like Dave said. And, I mean, each week gets better and better. And I'm going to give this a 9.2. I've watched it twice, and it seems to get better. Doug was talking about the lighting, how the lights are going out. And just, when you first see Vanessa in the flashback and it's all white, and I'm like, oh, they're killing her off. Okay, this is just... And then when she came to, I was like, okay, maybe they're not. Maybe they're going to... no, okay, there it is. And it got us to the point we all thought it was going to be, but it did it in a way that was still entertaining and didn't seem at all like what we expected. And I appreciate that. I was loving this show, loving this. And you're right, Dave. This is head and shoulders above anything else that Marvel Studios has produced for MCU television show.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Oh.
Who's next?
Doug, you want to go or do you want me to go?
Sure. So I've been sitting here trying to figure out, I don't remember what I rated last week's episode, but it was so good. I mean, from the beginning, I think the only reason why I didn't rate last week's any higher was because they had spoiled that beginning. And I just kind of wish that I hadn't already seen it prior to watching the episode, because it was so well done. It was fantastic. And the way that they had ended it, I mean, through and through, that episode was perfect. And I truly didn't think it could get any better until this episode, because my gosh, they just keep going. They keep finding new ways to take what they've done and keep building on it. We were talking about how, we were all kind of taken by surprise, not realizing that Vanessa was still alive at the beginning of this episode. And, to kind of like get everybody's hopes up and be like, she made it, only for her to tragically die at the end again. And it was like watching her die twice. And you got to imagine what this is doing, to Kingpin emotionally. It's got to be destroying him. And we already know how, he'll just flip to violence at the minorest of inconveniences.
The most minor things, yeah.
So it's only a matter of time before, like, we've discussed during our review, that he goes, full evil dictator Kingpin over the city of New York. And yeah, a lot more heads are going to roll, unfortunately. But this show is building it up so well with all of the, like, I mean, you're getting to know all of these characters, and I love the fact that they finally accepted, yes, this is in fact a continuation of the Netflix Daredevil. Even though when they first made the first season initially, you can tell they really wanted to keep that separation. But no, they have fully accepted it. The fact they brought back Wesley, it was good seeing him again.
So good.
But yeah, it was good being able to see Foggy again, and being able to hear the what they originally wanted to call the law firm and everything. I like seeing them as just like legal aides and not full lawyers, but kind of developing who they're going to become, kind of letting us know, yeah, they've always been on the morally right side of things, regardless of the fact that, yeah, sure, this guy's a bad guy and he's made bad decisions, but we can look past it because we're getting to know who he is as a person, and we're understanding what got him to this point. Yeah. But yeah, and as Keith pointed out, one of my favorite things about this was just the lighting, the way that they use the lighting. And they've been doing it throughout the season. They did it last season. And I love the way they used it, especially in this episode. I love the fact that, again, we're getting callbacks to these previous, big things, these sort of like artifacts of the Daredevil show. We're getting to see the painting again, the famous painting, the rabbit in the snowstorm. We're getting to see, Foggy come back and sort of act as almost like a character to give Daredevil good advice and, set him on the right path. And we're even seeing Bullseye sort of show more of his humanity, which we don't really get to see that often. So yeah, everything about this episode was fantastic, and it makes you crave the next one. So I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I think that's yeah, that feels right. That feels right for this episode. A good, strong 9 out of 10. I don't remember what I rated the last one, but I assume it was probably around that same rating area. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, after I watched this episode, I had to think about it for a little bit too, and just let it sink in. And ultimately, what I come down to is this episode is all about introspection, and that's exactly what we needed at this point in the show. And yeah, a lot of people, I have seen a lot of chatter online too about people complaining that this was a filler episode, which I do
Really?
completely disagree with. I don't think that this is a filler episode.
I didn't
Well,
see
it's an
this as a filler at
8.5.
all.
It's an 8.5 filler episode.
Yeah. It was essential. It was essential for this.
It was.
For these characters. It was a full circle moment. It's so funny how this episode was bringing back all the stuff that we saw in the Netflix series, because to me, this elevated past the Netflix series, and I love,
Yeah.
especially season 1 of Daredevil from Netflix is still one of my favorite Marvel series of all time. After this episode, I think that this season's probably my favorite. And I think it has finally become something more than the Netflix series, which is crazy because they used everything good from the Netflix series in this episode to propel these characters forward. And like I was saying earlier, the whole point of showing those things was to let us know that, hey, these characters are actually becoming the ones that we know from the comic books. This will be the quintessential Kingpin after this. He is broken. Everything is snapped from him that was morally just. Vanessa's gone. He's going to become the ultimate Kingpin. Daredevil now has that moral compass in Foggy, and he is going to stick to that and be the Daredevil that we know and love because of what we saw in the past, because of all the experiences, and he's going to continue to fight this good fight the way that Foggy would have, and because of his honor. And just how that makes the first season of Born Again so much better, too, with his anguish about Foggy dying. Them paying respect to that and keeping that emotional weight up and not bringing him back, but just having him in the flashbacks. Beautifully done. It pays respect to the character. The actor still gets to be on board here and did a fantastic job. And what's the actor's name? Eldon Hansen. He's coming back for this episode as Foggy. Fantastic. He stole a lot of those scenes in this episode and just makes you feel good. It's like it makes you want to do better as a human being too. And the good shows out there will affect you in that way. And this episode really did affect me. And as a viewer of good television entertainment, the best material out there is the things that you can walk out of and be like, that changed me a little bit. And I think that this episode really did do that. And so that's why I'm giving it my highest rating of the season so far. It's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. I love this episode, and it's just going to propel us into an amazing penultimate episode and finale for this season. And I look forward to seeing what comes next, for sure.
Excellent. Keith, did you hear that? He said the word.
What word?
Penultimate.
Penultimate.
Nice.
Oh,
Penultimate.
yeah. Penultimate.
But we have some more chatter out on YouTube. Since I have destroyed the Death Star, I will now portal back in time to when the Viltrumites were their strongest to fight Emperor Argyle.
Okay.
And Jason told him,
All right.
yeah, anything to get away from the current day Thrag, huh?
Oh,
And That'll said,
Yeah.
each kill I get will make me prepared for him.
dang. Jason is asking for it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Show me.
But now, gentlemen, we have two more episodes to talk about. We got
What?
Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 of Maul Shadow Lord, Whispers in the Unknown, and Pride and Vengeance. I didn't read that
Nice.
Jane Austen novel, so I don't know how it
I
compares.
didn't either.
Pride and
I know.
Vengeance.
You know, during my video, there were several times where I was saying Pride and Prejudice, and I had to stop the video. I'm like, oh, no, it's Pride and Vengeance.
And speaking of things that we should like and subscribe to, where can we find that video again?
You can find all that stuff on Fatherly Fandom. Just go search Fatherly Fandom on YouTube. You'll find it there. I collab with Not Your Status Quo here. You can look at that little icon and subscribe there too to see all the videos and things like that.
Nice.
And you definitely
Very
should.
good.
But this
And
And
episode,
if you haven't subscribed to Not Your Status Quo, please do that too.
Right.
What are you doing?
What are you even doing other than fighting everything in the entire known multiverse?
What are you doing with your life that you're not subscribed to this channel?
Right? Battle Beast, if you take a moment to stop fighting, please subscribe to Not Your Status Quo, like the video, and share it with your friends. Share it with your conquered friends, too.
Share with your conquered friends. I love it.
If they're
Share it
still
with people
alive,
you
of
don't like.
course.
share with everybody. We aim
Yes.
to have every human on the planet subscribe to our channel and watching everything. So please help make that dream come true. But episode 3, Whispers in the Unknown, starts out. Devin has freed herself, and she's kind of directed to go a certain way, and she ends up meeting with Maul. And
I love that he's just preparing tea.
yes,
I know, I love that.
He's
So
being
sophisticated.
his best
I mean-
monk-like self, sitting on his knees and please, I'm going
Isn't
to
that the
speak
same
calmly.
thing like they did to Luke on the second Death Star? Or no, that was on Bespin. That's how he got to the right chamber.
oh
You
yeah, they
just
led him the
leave
right way. Yeah,
There.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
With, Han's Carbonite.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about the tea. I'm like, I don't remember Luke drinking tea.
Right? I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
I don't remember
Like,
them having tea time.
So where's that
Imagine-
Emerald Gray? I can smell
Imagine
it.
Vader not taking off his mask and just drinking, and then the tea is just running down the front.
I know.
Anyway, so Luke, as I was
There's a
telling you,
little
I'm your
straw
dad.
that goes in.
I know nobody has paid for a Gilbert Godfrey, but why do they call it tea? Excuse me, waiter. This bag of dirt is urinating in my hot water.
Oh gosh.
But yes,
Stop
he's-
calling it chai tea. Or do you call it TT or cream cream?
But he starts with his psychological warfare to turn.
Brilliant.
Basically, he is telling his life story, how he lost his brother, Savage Opress. He, was Sidious's former apprentice, was cast aside, was killed by the Jedi, and all of these things. And she ends up grabbing his lightsaber, which I believe was
love
totally
how-
intended.
I love how she's pretending like she's listening to him. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your brother.
Yeah.
Oh, and your mom died. Wow, super sad, bro. But yeah, she's not falling for this scheme at all. In
No.
fact, she even calls him out for it, and she says, "I know what you're trying to do." And I
Yeah.
also like how he's like, "I know that you have your preconceived notions about me, and you may think of me as a monster. Would you rather me be this boogeyman? I can do that if you'd prefer." When he's trying to
Yeah.
check on her,
Yeah.
her injury and whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, he is definitely just being manipulative as all get out right here. He's like
100%.
trying to. It's almost like he's playing pretend at what he thinks a Jedi would act like. Okay,
Yeah.
well, Jedis are peaceful monks. I don't know, they probably sit around and drink tea. Oh, I should ask her if she's hurt. Yeah, that sounds like a Jedi thing.
Mhm.
Well, he's very
he looks at her
convincing.
arm.
He almost, he got Ezra, to come to him.
That's true. That's true. Oh, so what if
Yeah.
she's a
He
practice
perfected
run?
his craft. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
From that. And yeah, did you notice how like he was asking her name? He's like, well, "What's your name?" And she never tells him. But
Oh, he
then
figured it out though.
Yeah,
He
he
knew it,
knows.
yeah.
Yeah, he knew it the whole time. And I think that Devin Izara knows that too by the end. Like she's like, "Oh, of course, you're
Yeah.
just trying to play me. This is all manipulation," and it's very clear by the end. So, what an interesting dynamic.
It is. And oh man, just the way that you can tell that he clearly put a lot of thought into this. I don't know if it's because this is the type of stuff that Sidious did to him, or if he just,
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I've been trying to figure out like who this new Maul is because I struggle to call him a Sith. I don't know that he's.
Definitely not a Sith
I
anymore.
think
Yeah.
he's going to stick with being a dark side user for sure because I mean we see that he never, up until his end, we see that he never lets it go. But
No.
I don't know that he's really going to align himself with Sith teaching specifically.
Yeah. I think he wants to use Devon Izara as a weapon. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah, for
He
sure.
needs her to be a weapon against Sidious, and that's the extent of it. It's not that he wants an apprentice,
Yeah.
really. He wants to be able to use her to get his revenge, because everything he is doing is all about that revenge from the people
Exactly. Yeah.
that brought him down. And
Every part of every plan he has is revenge against somebody who he feels slighted him in some way.
Yeah, yes.
it is, yeah. And we see that on full effect in these episodes.
Yep.
Right. The Pikes. I came to your house and you made me sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Well, you were in the bedroom.
You
with
and
your
Alan
girlfriend.
Talia.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, we're in the back.
Wait, so you're killing all of us because we looked at you,
And you-
funny? Yes.
You had other rooms too you didn't tell me about.
I didn't have to be on that couch.
Thought you guys were a throuple. Rule of
Meanwhile,
three, you know?
Lawson tells Two Boots, "Hey, something's going on with Maul and Vario and the Pikes. I need you to go investigate." And he,
We really should call the Empire.
Yeah, once again, keeps hammering that home every chance he gets.
but he does have to take a break, as Two Boots lets him know. Your son's space lacrosse.
Backgammon? or
Space lacrosse, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the little like handle
Yeah.
thing that he's holding. Like,
That's
is he just
lacrosse,
playing
yeah.
lacrosse?
It's Quidditch.
They were smart enough not to show the entire game, just the kid.
Right.
You know? So I was like, that's a good idea to do that.
Don't know if you saw this, but I saw a backstory on Lawson, and he grew up in Space Boston with Migs. So that's where this all came about.
That explains his accent.
And while he's there, he's approached by Daki, who I think
Uncle
trying to
Daki.
feel him out and making sure, hey, my niece,
I-
let's let her go. She's not who you think he
And
is.
I love how Daki is trying to figure out like how much can I trust this guy, and he goes like,
Yeah.
so hey, maybe you should call the Empire. What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
Kind of tiptoeing in there to see where his allegiances were.
Because if he would have said, "Oh yeah, we're totally on it," I think at that point he would have been like, "Cool, got to get my my niece, and we got to book it."
Gotta get out of here.
And we see Two Boots and Officer Soul interrupting a confrontation between Vario's men and the Pikes, only to be ambushed by Rook and some of Maul's people.
A
And,
sweet rocket launcher too.
Yeah, just totally destroys all the credits and spice and everything there, just for the pure chaos of it. Some people just want to light the world on fire.
Yeah.
Oh god, another callback to Dark Knight. Why do we keep referencing that movie?
By the way, did you catch Vario's first name?
Oh no!
No,
What
what?
is it?
Loopy.
It's
L-O-O-P-I.
Looty. I thought it was Looty with a T.
Looty? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Looty Vario. Yep.
That
Looty
seems
Vario.
a little on the nose.
Yeah.
But we do see Vario have to leave, or not Vario, but Lawson have to leave the game because of what's going on down there. He gets called to it.
And of course, just after he leaves, that's when his son looks back
And
and
looks over.
my dad is gone.
Which leads me to wonder if there's going to be some sort of conflict between him and his son. And, we find out in this episode, too, that the mother is working for the Empire.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting to see what
Hence
happens
why they
there.
might not be together anymore.
I think so. Yeah, with
Sounds
how
like
he feels about the Empire.
It'd be interesting if the son decided Dad doesn't love me. I'm gonna go hang out with Mom, and then, becomes
Yep.
little Palpatine youth.
Yeah.
Or if she's on something that we may see at the end of the 4th episode. But we'll get to that.
No, wait until we get there.
Yes.
Yep. Stay tuned to find out, guys.
Yeah. And then we see that Vario is being told by Rook Kast to set up a meeting with Krim to apologize, offer him cash and everything he needs. And
Apologize.
Yeah.
And of course, Two Boots is still advocating to call the Empire for hunting down Maul. Lawson refuses. And Two Boots goes over his head to the chief.
Talk to the
Kinda
chief,
rats
yeah.
him out, yeah.
And even the chief, who doesn't like the Empire either, is like,
Yeah.
"Hey, your robot just came and told me that we should contact the Empire. You gotta do something about this."
And how
We're putting him on
restricting to
desk
desk duty? Like, he still has access to
Right.
everything.
He
to
has more
report.
access.
Right? Oh, and then
Yeah.
you watch him like put a box of like files in front of the photo of him and
I
his
know.
partner. Yeah, and it's like at that point he's already made his decision.
He's putting little batteries
Yeah,
together
sounds
at his desk.
Yep.
But we start out chapter 4, Pride and Vengeance. Vario arrives at the Pikes. And he's got a little gun he's kind of clicking around with. You think, oh, at first I'm like, Maul's told him to kill Krim.
Wait, we're already on episode 4?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, we didn't even finish the lightsaber battle.
That doesn't
At the
happen
end of,
until
yeah.
4.
I thought
No, there's a lightsaber battle with Izara and Maul.
Yeah.
As she is
Oh, yeah,
escaping.
we went over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went over that when she.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Oh
Well,
no,
You
you're
guys
right.
got to pay attention.
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, we talked about how she sat down and had tea with him, but the entire fight was like incredible. I really liked the way that it was done.
He was
And
toying with
that was
her.
actually why he was totally toying with her. That's why I wanted it on the thumbnail because it was just so well done. And I like the fact that how many times, it was like at least 4 times he could have killed her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was showing
had the
her,
lightsaber
like,
right next to her
right
head.
next to her head.
And just holding
And
it.
he just keeps pushing her and poking and prodding at her till the point. I love when she just finally filled with rage
Yeah.
and holding his red lightsaber with the bled kyber crystal, and she just lets out a screech. Like she was just like she was just letting out her inner dark side. And that's what he wanted. That is really what he wanted.
Yeah, he was giddy
Because
at that
he
point.
even says earlier on, he's okay, all right, I can work with this. You don't want to talk? Fine, then we'll talk with our lightsabers.
Yep.
But
And as she's
oh my gosh,
escaping,
and
he pulls the lightsaber back.
I'm going to need
I'm gonna need this,
Devin.
Would you say
Dun, dun, dun.
all part of the plan?
Oh,
Another
yeah.
callback.
Oh, easily part of the plan. Yeah.
But we
Oh my
see,
gosh, and it was so good.
Oh yeah, definitely. We see Vario arriving there. He is meeting with Krim. We see looks to appear to be Maul come out of the ship, fighting with his lightsaber, blocking things, and he ends up being
doing a pretty
stunned.
good job too.
Yeah, ends up being stunned by Vario in the back. And
I like how Vario is, the whole time, I'm so sorry. This wasn't my idea. I had to do it.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, was him saying that and giving him that blaster, was that part of the plan? Or did they
think
just
so.
know that's how he was going to act and they...
Maul knew.
No. Yeah,
Maul knew that
yeah.
he was good. He was a little loony.
Yeah, I think they worked this whole thing out to begin with. And yeah, if you notice in like the first episode, Vario had talked about like never shoot a person in the back. You always want to be facing him. And so as soon as she shot him in the back, I'm like, that's kind of peculiar that he did that. Because they really emphasized that in the first episode. So I was like, oh, okay. So, and come to find out.
Listen, it had me wonder, like, it seemed like he, shot that blaster already knowing that it was on stun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I just, I kept going back and forth. I wasn't sure
All part of the plan.
if he had spoken to Maul prior and like this is what they had worked out, or if he was acting independently. And get ready for the music there, Keith. it just reminded me of that episode of Rick and Morty where he's escaping from the Citadel, and he gives Morty the fake gun, and it says on there, like on a piece of tape, "Don't shoot until," but Morty, of course, doesn't read it and thinks it's a real gun.
Shooting doing standoff. Yes.
Right, yeah. And he goes, "Good job, Morty. You read my note." Yeah, I totally did.
Good thing I saw that. Yeah.
Right. It makes me wonder if that was what happened. Like, okay, I'm going to give you this blaster.
And you think it's gonna hurt,
Don't
but
shoot me in the back.
Right, don't shoot me in the back. I don't shoot people in the back. What are you talking about?
Yeah. He'll never know.
Just a little update. The Battle Beast will now travel to the boys' universe to see if they have any worthy opponents after conquering Viltrum back when they were the strongest. And Jason Deerham says, "Yeah, I don't think you'll have much trouble in the boys' universe. Homelander and Soldier Boy would be nothing compared to a Viltrumite. Just don't lose your head when you meet Marie Monroe."
That is very true. That is very true.
And then Battleby said, "The boys' universe was disappointing. I shall now travel to Marvel for the X-Men."
Okay. Whatever works for you, bud.
Battle Beast versus the Phoenix will be an epic battle.
Battle Beast is going to run out of living creatures.
Yeah,
He's just going to have to like go to Mars and start punching microorganisms.
Yeah.
But we do get Izara reunites with Daki and convinces him basically to tip off Lars, or she doesn't convince him, lets him know, "Hey, I know where Maul's hideout is."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I think I know someone we can tell," and ends up letting Lawson know. And he gets authority to perform a raid and ends up deactivating Two Boots, who was attempting to call the Empire.
But I think he deactivated
Maybe move
it too
Two
late.
Boots too? I know. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Because it looked like he had already clicked that button to contact the Empire. And I'm just like, oh, because he was like moving through that screen so darn quick. And I'm like, oh no, he might have gotten the notice out before he got shut down. And even, as you pointed out, even if he didn't, clearly at some point he was reactivated. And they left him in that room, so he could have just finished
right
where he
there.
left off.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still
done.
think it's kind
Right?
of odd. And working for a software company, I do think they need to have an enhancement, an improvement to their thing. When you have someone
Yeah.
flagged on facial recognition to be, of high importance, when it hits, someone should be notified in the Empire. They shouldn't have to wait.
What had happened was the Empire pushed out a software update to all of the security droids, and so now they take Imperial precedence.
That does make sense. Yes, I can see how that would work.
Oh, this wasn't a game from Bethesda where they put out
No.
the version and then they give you the mod later that makes it all work.
Oh no! The Empire is very anti-mods. They don't like them. It works as designed.
Perfect.
When Lawson does end up arriving at Maul's hideout, it's obviously a trap. They were lying in wait, waiting for him. Maul offers Lawson a truce. Basically, I will let you leave and go about your business. You just don't do anything to cross me or get in my way. Let me run unfettered throughout this planet. And
I won't bother you. We won't get the Empire
won't- right,
involved.
exactly.
It was a pretty good truce. Like, oh.
I think if it was anyone, almost anybody else, they would have probably rejected it.
Yeah.
But or would have accepted it. Lawson rejects it. He's like, "Yeah, I can't
Like,
do that."
I can't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that little firefight breaks out after that. The Mandalorians,
I
Maul's
will.
followers, they've got their big giant mini guns. They're blowing everybody
Yeah.
away.
And dude, what is with Chopper's little floating cousin there?
Oh, yeah. Spybot. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill them all.
When he's
Whoa, dude! Like, you need to calm it down there, buddy.
I don't know if you saw
That
this,
guy's
but
a badass.
they showed his little area of Maul's hideout, and he had a signed chopper poster on it, and he's like, "Oh, look,
It's like, one day I will kill as many people as you.
if I can kill half
Yeah, I
the
wonder how
people."
Chopper stands up against the Punisher and how many people he's killed.
Oh, you know what? See, that's who
I think
Battle
he's
Beast
got a
should fight.
Punisher beat. Yeah.
I don't think Battle
Chopper.
Beast could stand up to Chopper, the
We
murder bot.
figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, Chopper's done it on different planets. I mean, Punisher's keeping it on one planet.
Yeah.
Wow, Battle Beast just said, whilst I was fighting the X-Men, somehow Conquest, Craig, Lushkin, and Anissa appeared on the battlefield. Wow, good luck. That is hopefully the Shi'ar super.
A Shi'ar, yeah.
What are they called? The Imperial Guard. Hopefully they don't show up also. You might be in trouble, especially Phoenix. But Daki and Izara are there too, and they end up,
Making out.
No, they
God,
confront.
no.
I'm sorry, confront Maul. And I
Confronting
loved,
Maul.
we talked about lighting in Daredevil when they're standing on opposite sides of the screen and it's just red.
The Maul
and
bathed
blue
in
and
red.
is I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow,
Yeah.
they really did their.
It was cool.
I
did a
mean,
great job here.
this also would have been, and I don't know why they didn't do this. This would have been a good time to play Duel of the Fates.
You're right.
Because once again, you've got, two Jedi facing down against Maul. Maul has clearly improved from, the way that he was in his Phantom Menace days. He's definitely prepared to go up against two Jedi, especially since he already knows the way that Devin fights. Since he already had the opportunity to. But yeah, I think this would have been a good opportunity to see which way is she going to go. Like, who is she? Is she going to look at Maul's fighting style and is she going to be like, well, maybe I could stand a better chance if I have him train me? Or, no, I'm going to only uphold my Jedi ways. Like, I just think that would have been a good opportunity to play that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
Now, Chris, I know on your video review you talk about the style that she's using in this, which I think gives a big hint of where her mind is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting that she has the same style as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Maul's greatest enemy. And,
Yep.
So yeah, and on my video I mentioned that it's Form 3 Sarisu that she is mostly using throughout this, which is really cool to see.
You know how I know the different forms?
How's that?
Well, I watched this really cool video on this channel called Fatherly Fandom, and it talks all about the different lightsaber forms. Pretty cool video. You should all
About
check
all
it out.
7 forms? Yeah,
I was-
seems
yeah.
pretty
Say
cool.
there's 7.
There's 7.
But Maul does ultimately overpower them both. But I love the fact that Daki noticed during their fight what Maul's weakness might be. He's got cybernetic legs, and he ends up taking out basically one of his knees. I thought I was like, that is a nice little touch.
Yes.
He might not be as strong as Maul, but he's still smart, and he has his ways.
He survived somehow.
It's funny how he
survived
popped it
and
back
showing
into
he's the
place
master.
at the end of the show.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right.
It showed, and he was kind of struggling running too at the end. I love that little detail. All these little details that they have.
And of course, he is about to strike down Daki too, and Devin ends up saving him, which I do believe Maul was like, "That's okay. We might not be getting to our point fast enough, but we're getting there. We're making progress every time we see you."
The thing is, now that the Empire is there, they may have to escape together. They may end up having to rely on one another to get off planet.
Yeah, because we do see, after the fight, Maul and his group retreat as the reinforcements arrive. Lawson meets with Daki and Izara inside there and identifies them because of the lightsaber. Oh my God, you guys are Jedi. And thankfully, he has no love for the Empire either. Urges them to flee. He soon sees Two Boots.
In fact, he even mentions earlier when Two Boots was talking about the call into the Empire, he says, it was only a short time ago where we could rely on the Republic to send a Jedi for instances like this. But the Empire is a different beast.
Yeah.
And when he does see
they
Two
send their
Boots,
own Jedi hunters, which are mentioned in the episode.
Yep.
when he does see Two Boots, he confesses he called the Empire for reinforcements. As you see the Star Destroyer coming up over
What a
Janix.
beautiful way.
I like the way that they
introduce
did that though, because he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry I turned you off."
Yeah.
It was like, "Well,
Yep.
I forgive you. I just hope you can forgive me for
Yeah.
bringing the
And then you
Empire
get the
here."
beeps on all the comms and everything. I was like, and then the looming
Yep.
noise in the background. I was like, this is so well done. And just to get to see that Star Destroyer in the classic overhead shot that we got in the original movie, in the original Star Wars, I was just like, oh.
Okay, we
Chef's
do have
kiss.
we do have some comments out on YouTube from Paula 1966. Hello, I have some questions for you all. Do you think your friends think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan? I
Oh,
think
yeah, if they ever developed KOTOR, yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
he would do a
I
fine
mean,
job.
um, I like his acting, if that makes like I don't really know another way to phrase it, but his choreography, his way to move
Yeah.
around that scene, I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like that. I have not seen him be very expressive in his acting skills,
That's a nice
aside from a few moments in like Bill and Ted, where he's like uber excited. But other than that, I don't really see him be expressive in his acting. Which I guess if he's going to play Darth Revan, I guess
He
he'd be
wears a
fine.
mask a lot of the time,
Yeah,
so
true.
there you go.
So yeah, that could work out in his favor.
Yeah.
And do you and your friends think that the Pink Twi'lek and Maul Shadow Lord will become Darth Talon? I don't think so.
That is
only because
okay.
Darth Talon is a Sith thing. She will surrender to the dark side, and they may call her Talon. I don't think they'll use the Darth prefix. So
Yeah,
yes,
I agree.
but no.
Yeah,
I agree with
basically,
that.
They're gonna put as much Darth Talon into this character,
Yes.
without actually making her Darth Talon.
I agree. And
then she said, I heard Aboleth might be coming to Ahsoka Season 2, and Natalie Portman might be returning as
Heard that too.
Padme, and Aboleth will take her form to deceive Anakin. I don't think that's
What?
going to happen in Ahsoka
That
Season 2.
seems like a bit of
No.
a stretch, but
Where's that fishing line?
They
You're
reel that-
gonna reel it in?
Yeah.
Reeled in. There you go.
I
Sorry.
did hear
that's-
Natalie Portman was they were
Yeah.
talking to her about being on there, but that's all I
Hasn't been
heard.
I've heard about
confirmed.
the
There were
theories of
rumors about it,
Aboleth.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Battle Beast is back. I got punched into a different universe by Phoenix. I believe I am in the Godzilla universe.
Oh,
Godzilla
Godzilla versus
minus
Battle
one.
Beast. Yeah.
Godzilla minus 0.
Yeah. Which one?
Trailer just
Yeah, I
dropped.
can't wait to see that.
I know, me too.
nice.
Next month.
And then Paul
Yeah.
also said, "Oh, and you with the Ghostbusters in the back. I've been creating some fanfic stories. The Aquabats
Yeah, Doug's
meet
got
the
that.
Ghostbusters. Sounds good,
Oh.
Paula. You should.
That
email
does
it to our
sound good.
channel.
I don't know anything about the Aquabats, but yeah, I am always down for good fan fiction. So yeah, definitely let us know if if you want us to check it out and you want to share it to our Facebook page. Go ahead.
Oh.
Love to see more.
Yeah, those guys were on a show my kids used to watch back in
What's
the day. They're like a band.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of that show? Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh, I remember that show. Yeah. Okay.
And they kind of like have a Fantastic Four look to them with an
Yeah.
A on there, and then like they have little like masks on and everything, and then they
Are they the
control
ones who
music,
sing,
so-
"Let's get
Okay.
the sillies out, let's get the sillies out, jump, shake,
can't
shimmy, I'm out."
No, I think you just
Sounds
made
like
that
it
up.
could fit in there.
I promise you that was a song from Yo Gabba Gabba. Or I'm having a stroke. Right now, none of this is real.
Did you just drink
Either
some
is a good
pineapple juice?
possibility.
You
Yeah.
just drank some pineapple juice, didn't you?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He's talking weird. We're gonna lose Keith first. Well, guys, we got to get ready for that picture at his grave. So we're bringing it back.
That's right. It all comes back to that.
All right, back to Maul Shadow Lord for a moment.
Got it.
Obviously the Empire is going to be a major presence in Episode 5. We'll probably see officers, inquisitors. Do you
Yeah.
think Lawson's wife will be a part of the team there coming back to
I don't see why not. You know, they've been talking about her a lot in that situation. And it seems like there's going to be some sort of confrontation there with Lawson.
To add some emotional depth to it.
Away. Yep, exactly, Dave.
And I can't wait to see, because it was kind of spoiled by part of the trailer. We do see Inquisitors fighting with Maul, Daki, and Devin.
Yeah, Murdock and maybe the 11th brother.
Yes.
The Jedi Hunters.
As long as it's not the third sister, everybody's safe.
That's
He's
right.
just
Haven't seen her in the trailer, so
Blood boiling. And it's nice because, I mean, obviously we know this takes place before the Ahsoka Tales because the 11th brother was killed by Ahsoka.
Exactly. Yep.
So we know he at least survives this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I do believe, you know, we've talked about it. Maul is escalating things. He wants the Empire there. He knows step one to getting Sidious's attention is to take out some Inquisitors, take out everything he sends to him, make him be such a pain in Sidious's side that he has to come so he can get his revenge.
Well, it's like the last time he confronted Maul. You know, he has to build up his power and everything else. Once he becomes a threat in Palpatine's eyes, he will come out of the shadows and try to take on his former apprentice.
And it'll be, and that hopefully that's not till like season 6 or 7 or 8 or somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, I really do hope that that's like one of the last arcs in this series.
It'd be hilarious if you see Palpatine like, you know, pacing back and forth and damn Maul, I've got to do something about him, and Vader like, you told me to stop worrying about Obi-Wan, that I should move on. Yeah, this is different though.
This is completely different.
You
That's
don't
your
understand. This former apprentice of mine is actually Vader.
Oh, and
why don't you
handle
go
that
and
horny
find
apprentice.
Maul for me?
Paula 1966 said there were rumors that Starkiller might return in Ahsoka. It was just a rumor. Yes, I don't see them bringing Starkiller into canon. Too powerful. Great for the video games. I really enjoyed the Force Unleashed video games. Never fell off any cliffs while playing them either. Despite what some people here may say, those videos have been destroyed. I mean,
there's not videos at all of them.
So anyway, let me share that video.
Those weren't
your screen
clips.
right now.
Those were just walkways.
And Battle Beast let us know that I once fought a Viltrumite in a star before. Excellent.
Cool.
Now, back to Maul. I do think when we see the Inquisitors fighting Maul and Daki and Devin, I think that's where Daki might die.
I agree.
And Maul will end up saving Devin, which is just his next step in pushing her down this dark path that he wants her to.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up. I don't think you can tell Maul wants to train Devin or use Devin as a tool or whatever, but I don't think he's willing to kill her current master to make that happen, because I think he already knows if he had a hand in killing him, she would never join him, train under him, work for him in any way.
Yeah.
So I think he knows that he's got to create the situation to where she chooses to come to him.
Yeah.
Can't
makes you wonder if this is all part of his plan, because getting the Empire there, getting the Inquisitors on the planet to take out her master. It's like he is following exactly what he needs to do to convince her to join him.
She is going to probably work with a little anger if her master does get killed in a fight with the Inquisitors.
Oh, yeah.
All just another
those
step.
cracks are forming.
Let's see, Paul said, I wonder if after the Sith Temple exploded on Malachor in Star Wars Rebels, Twilight of the Apprentice, if Vader looked back at thinking about Ahsoka.
Remind me, because it's been a while since I watched that episode. Did Vader see her get pulled through the portal by Ezra, or did that happen after he had already left the temple?
I think he already left at that point. I know he didn't see it.
Okay.
As well, so yeah, I think he probably assumed, like, I don't know why he is assuming, but you know, he assumed that Ahsoka died at that point
for the second time.
Yeah,
because he thought she was dead at the end of the Clone Wars too.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Can't keep a good Ahsoka down.
That's right.
No,
and I you know, I'm glad that they're not rushing Azari becoming Talon, Darth Talon, whatever you want
Yes.
to call her. And I
Same.
think we may
Yeah.
even see
Same.
in the fight with the Inquisitors, if Daki dies, like Maul's like, use that anger, and she'll like step back and be like,
It's like,
you're
no.
offering me this power, but I'm not going to use it. I'm not falling for that just yet. So it may take longer for him to actually finally win her over and her like embrace the dark side. And that could be the end of the season until she finally
Yeah.
fully embraces the dark side with him. And I hope they don't rush it.
I would be very curious to see her. Like I said, I'm with you in the fact that I agree with them stretching it out. I don't think it should be immediate. I would like to see maybe in the second season or so, Maul actually walking her through the process of bleeding a kyber crystal.
That would be cool.
That would be
Because
cool.
just telling her to pour her emotion into it and probably dredging up like, your master died. Doesn't that make you angry? Aren't you filled with sadness and don't you want revenge?
Died because of your weakness.
Ooh,
Embrace your power.
embrace it. The path to the dark side will give you strength.
You know, we may even see, you know, the Inquisitors fail to capture Maul. We may see like a full Empire assault on Janus
Yeah.
too. I mean, we know they're willing to do it. We've all seen Andor, and I know Andor takes place after this,
Yep.
but you know, there's probably going to be stormtroopers, more Inquisitors, and just Maul causing as much chaos as he possibly can on that planet
Yeah.
to further his plan down the line. And I can't wait to see it. I mean, he's been such a brilliant tactician in everything
yeah.
he's doing with the Pikes and, you know, Ludi and everybody else. And even with Lawson and the Jedi, that he knows what he's doing. And if we do see a Thrawn, a early Empire Thrawn, like Chris had talked about in this, it'll be nice to see them matching wits. I don't
Yes.
think we'll get it this
I
season,
agree.
obviously, but second season or somewhere down the line when
Yeah.
they're like
Season 3, 4, 8, you know.
Yeah.
16.
And Thrawn was actually in the Republic before the Empire.
Yeah.
Because he went off on a mission with Anakin when he was still Anakin too. So
Yeah,
he's around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely there. He's not Grand Admiral Thrawn yet. He's
Not
like
yet.
Butterbar Lieutenant Thrawn or something along those lines.
Yeah. That's exactly what they call him too. Old
Major
Butterbar's
Thrawn.
Bluey.
Major Thrawn to ground control.
Yes.
Quick tangent time.
Tangent.
I was like right at the tail end. I was actually at the end of my MOS school when I was at Fort Gordon. I'd finished up and I wasn't really doing anything. I was just basically waiting to get my orders. That was kind of at the point that I was at. So waiting to get
Hurry up
my
and
orders,
wait.
figure out where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. And in the meantime, you know, because they didn't know what to do with soldiers that didn't have work to do and wanted to keep us out of trouble, I guess. So they would find like little odd jobs. Go rake the dirt. Go pick up that rock and move it
Yep.
over there.
Been there.
For some reason, they kept having me like escort because we had to have this battle buddy system. I don't know if you guys had anything like that in the Navy. I think they did. Did you guys do that in the Marines where you guys had to travel in pairs? No. They made us
We
do
were
that.
adults.
Yeah, they didn't treat us like that. In basic training, and in MOS school, we had to be with
gotta
somebody.
have your
They would never
buddy.
let us walk alone. So, they would have me like escort people around. I had to walk this person to the schoolhouse. I had the day off. I was in my civilian clothes, so I wasn't thinking anything of it. So we're just walking. I'm taking my sweet time, and some Butterbar lieutenant walks past us, and I wasn't even looking.
Oh no.
And so,
Yeah.
the kid that I'm walking salutes him, and I looked. I'm like, "What did you salute?" And he goes, "Next time, salute your superior officers." I was like, "Look at him! Like, how do you know I'm not an officer? I'm wearing civilians, man." Like, you got it, sir. Whatever.
Next time we're in combat, I'll definitely
man.
salute you.
Yeah.
What if I'm one of those weird family members that gets the high end tight like they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, tangent time over. It's just that story always made me chuckle.
No, I'm just trying to think of anything else. I'm hoping we get more Rook because seeing her
Oh, yeah, we will.
in trouble a little bit when Lawson kind of took down the scaffolding on her, I thought was cool. I think she can play a major role, especially seeing her become the armorer from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is going to be the fate of Two Boots? Do you think they're going to leave him active? Do you think he's going to be reassigned to work for the Empire, or do you think they're going to deactivate him permanently?
I think he's going to be reassigned to work with the Empire.
That's what I was
Agreed.
thinking.
Yeah.
And they're gonna switch him, and he's gonna have David Tennant's voice.
No, God.
That would be awesome. That would be fantastic.
But heck, I mean, he might enjoy it. He might actually like. Oh, it's so efficient.
It's very structured.
I wonder if Maul will almost offer Daki and Devin too. I can get you off this planet. I know you're in trouble here.
I could see that. I could very much see that.
I kind of feel
Again-
like the end of this season is going to be a situation where the Empire does take over Janix. They're
Yeah.
there for good now, and Maul and Devin have to get off planet. And go
Agreed.
somewhere else.
That's what I think is going to end up happening.
Yeah, the exact thing they feared was once the Empire comes, they're never leaving. They're never going to leave.
Nope. Yeah, they
So
won't.
Don't
So
call them out here. And then Two Socks from Dances with Wolves. That's what I keep thinking of every time I hear his
Two
name.
Socks.
But he's just he's too proper for So that's why he would go to the Empire. He likes doing things the right way, the way they were assigned.
yeah, and
There's no-
as we
there's no
saw
gray
in
room.
Andor, the lawmen or the police people on the corporate planet, I forget what the name of that planet was, but they basically disbanded them and the
Yeah,
Empire
they
just
did.
took over for them completely. So I kind of feel that that's probably what's going to happen too with the police on Janix is they'll disband the police. They'll be all stormtroopers and ISB. You think we'll see any ISB in this series?
I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible.
Yeah.
I also think because
think
of
so.
that,
Cool.
Lawson might join with Maul. Not because
Yeah.
he believes in the crime syndicate or anything like that, but he's going to
you're
do it
on
to
it.
be against
Yeah.
the Empire, an enemy of my
100%
enemy.
that's happening.
Be a freedom fighter to try and free his planet from Imperial rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we figured it out, guys. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a team of Lawson, Devin, and Maul, and Rook Kast, and
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Spybot. Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And no one
You
has
nailed
seen
it.
the last two episodes of this season.
Perfect.
I hope it's just. I
Yeah.
hope they stick the landing. We talk about this all the time, and it seems
Same.
like every one of these shows is going to stick the landing. It's been so good. I mean, I would
Right?
be appalled.
Each
if-
week, it's like, how are they going to top it this week? And somehow, these shows keep delivering.
With the exception of that Underworld one from Invincible, all these
Yeah.
shows are hitting on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to forget that
Agreed.
episode. But should we rate these 2 episodes of Maul Shadow Lord?
I think
do it.
we should. My gosh,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to say that,
We'll just say it.
Yeah.
similar
Just say
to
it, Dave.
Daredevil, that this show is above the rest. But you know what? All the Star Wars anime shows are amazing, and this is just continuing that tradition. I think this is still better than all of them, though. Through 4 episodes, there hasn't been a single moment where I wanted to look away from the TV. The story is riveting. The art is riveting. The music is riveting. It's all, it's perfect so far. And I don't give out 10s, but this show has been amazing. I mean, I have not found a hole in the plot, and the way it just jumped right in and just kept going. It hasn't stopped to look back or nothing. We're seeing everything play out the way, like, we've seen how much of a manipulator Maul is, and we already knew, but this is like the beginning of it. And even in his state where he's still a little bit crazy, he's still able to get things done the way he wants to. He doesn't fear anybody. He's in control. He's doing everything, and he's even teaming up, like you say, he's going to team up with, what was his name? That
Lawson?
Lawson.
Brender
Just slipped my
Lawson.
mind. He probably end up teaming up with him. He is an all-purpose team upper. He will team up with anybody against the Empire or anybody against Sidious. He doesn't care. He doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, if it serves his purpose, he will
It
utilize
does.
anybody.
Yeah, and Sam Witwer. My
Oh.
first exposure to him was obviously Doomsday on Smallville. Hit the button. But when I found out he was Maul on the show, on the animated series, and it's just like my respect for him has just gone up. And then
Oh,
I don't know if you guys
1000%.
saw that little clip on how he gets the Maul voice going, where he
Green apples.
yes, was that you that posted that, Chris?
Probably. Yeah, I post a lot of stuff. I'm sending these
that-
guys like tons of reels.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. They really are clicking. They really know what they're doing on this show. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give this week a 9. I'm I don't give out 10s unless it's amazing. I think I gave 10 to Endgame. But yeah, this is a 9. Definitely 9 for these 2 episodes. They're incredible. I can't wait to see the rest of the season. What do we got 8 or 10 episodes?
10 episodes.
10 episodes. I'm sure they're all just going to be amazing.
Yeah, one of the things you said, I see a lot of talk about what is the best Star Wars animated series. And right now, Maul seems to be taking that place. It seems a little more adult oriented. It's not. I love Clone Wars. I love Rebels. Resistance, not so much. I loved all the tales of
there's
little
that.
shorts and stuff. So good. But man, this just seems to be taking it to another level. Like they have honed this story to fit for those of us who, fell in love with this with the original trilogy almost, who've, are older and grown up, and it seems so very mature for a Star Wars animated series. And everything they do, the lighting, the strokes that they use in the animation to show the city and everything, it's just crazy good. Sam Witwer's, voicing of Maul is some of the best voice acting ever. He is perfect for that role. I'm glad he's such a Star Wars nerd, and I'm glad that I hired him to do this because you can't be just hearing him talk. I just like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you saw, it was funny. Little side note. He had put on Twitter a picture of his dog. He said, "My dog hates when I practice my Maul voice." And I'm like,
I didn't see that.
I'm like,
I
man,
could
I'll
see
come
that,
walk
yeah.
him when you're practicing if you want. Keep practicing,
help.
dude.
Whatever
Yeah.
we need to do for you, Sam.
If you just want to give me your address,
But the way this is going, the way it is not changing Maul's character, just expanding on it, and it has been flawless. I'm going to give these 2 episodes a 9.2. Fantastic episodes. I am enthralled with this show. I hope a few years down the road we are saying, yes, this is the best Star Wars animated series we've gotten, because it seems like it's building towards that.
I almost feel like these 2 episodes were even better than the premiere. I was on the edge of my seat, and I will say that episode 3 was incredible from start to finish. I mean, like I said, I was just enthralled by the just the level of manipulation that Maul is using on this girl to try and turn her to his side, and he's you can see him like working through his mind, like what do I have to do to get her to train with me? What must I say to her? And when he finally realizes that it's going in one ear and out the other, and she's ready to fight. And which, again, as you guys pointed out, of course he put, half of his lightsaber there on purpose. If she doesn't take the tea, she'll take the sword. If she takes the sword, we'll fight. And, he has no intention on, killing her. He's going to slow her down, sure, but he had so many opportunities, and he held back every time. And it felt like a lightsaber training match. And it's like he's showing her, I could be a good master to you. If you give him the opportunity, I could train you. And we even see her incorporate some of the more emotional fighting that she used against Maul. She's now using, with her master in the next episode. I mean, it was so well done. And again, you hear that hear the screeching of the lightsaber of his scream incorporated into it. And you could also hear like this weird, I don't know if you guys picked up on it. It was like almost this demonic whispering that kept like showing
Yeah.
up. And even at one point, I think Devin heard it and she's looking around like, "What the hell was that?"
Mhm.
But yeah, that episode was really, really good. And then the next episode just kept things going. And again, you get to see Maul, using his mind and figuring out how are we going to get our revenge on the Pikes. And every move that he makes, it just goes to show that sometimes I think his planning might be better than Palpatine sometimes.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Blasphemy, young man. Good guy
seriously, you
Pops
you start you
knows
start
how to
thinking
do things.
about what Palpatine's overall plan was to take over the Empire, and so many parts could easily fall apart. But Maul seems to have
Yeah.
a plan, a backup plan, and then once a plan reaches a certain stage, four
Hmm.
different branches that he's prepared for. And it's
Right.
like, oh, dude, just I know he's the bad guy, but I love seeing him work
Hmm.
because
Mhm.
it is impressive watching him handle like five different things at the same time. All right, let's see on my list of to do. Get revenge on the Pikes, obviously. Slay my enemies, get an apprentice. Um, and it's just like, oh man, I am so hooked on the show. We're only four
Mm.
episodes in, and I am so hooked on it. It's so well done. I got to give these episodes because again, I felt they were even better than the previous two. I got to give them a 9.5 out of 10. So good.
Nice.
I mean, my gosh. But I still hate that stupid font and color they're using for the title, the episode title.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, for the chapter
irritating. Just
titles.
use the same
Yeah.
animation or something, or an orange. Maybe use just like a brighter orange. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
It reminds me of an N64 like video game chapter. That's what it looked like, or like early
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Hmm.
It's just so it doesn't fit with the rest of the show, but everything else is perfect.
The
9.5 out
one
of 10.
qualm.
Just so you know,
Man.
Battle Beast says, glorious is what they have been so far. Better animation than my show.
Mm.
True.
Well, yeah, they have Disney money.
Yeah.
Not
You know-
anymore. Let's lay everybody off.
No, they have even more Disney money.
Hmm.
Because now they don't have to pay employees. Yay.
Yeah. But yeah, I wonder what could actually make this series even better, even more spectacular. I can't really think of a whole lot of things. Maybe the Martell sisters.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh yeah, of course. Gotta have those Martell.
Well,
Martell
way to bring us
sisters.
down
Martell.
there,
Kick Chris out. All right, he's
Well-
not allowed back.
Ah, dang it. Well, it was nice hanging out with you guys for as many episodes that I've been able to take part. But yeah, so for me, in my mind, the end of Clone Wars was probably the pinnacle for all Star Wars animation. I don't know if this series is going to top it this season, but I think we're going to come pretty close. It is amazing. Like this, like you said, Dave, like the story that hasn't stopped. There is no argument from anybody online or anywhere else that there's any filler in this show because it's just fast paced. It gets to the story. It knows what the story is. It knows its characters. And somehow it's able to flesh out the characters in a very meaningful way. Maul himself is so calm, cool, and collected this entire time. And like you said, he has all these backup plans, and he's flowing with the plan that he's put in place because I think that he has actually stopped from trying to take full control and is following the will of the Force wherever it might lead him. And then that decision alone is why he's able to ultimately get what he wants out of this series. And Sam Witwer had an interview recently where he's talking about like, okay, we know the beginning of this character, we know the end of the character on Twin Suns on Tatooine, and we don't have a whole lot of information about this in between time. And this character is, he's got this destiny of revenge. We know it. He knows it. He knows that he's a part of this destiny, and he has to give in to that. And that's what he's doing. And exploring that story is going to be so entertaining, so intriguing. It's going to build this character up into a complete character. I just can't wait to see it. I love that what we're getting so far out of this series. And chapters 3 and 4 have raised the bar, like you said. I think I gave chapter 1 and 2 a 9 out of 10 as well. And I think I'm going to stick to that this week too. That doesn't mean that these are, I don't know. I think that it is getting better incrementally. But again, I want to be a little bit more reserved when it comes to my rating. Even though a 9 out of 10 is pretty dang good, I think that we're ramping up to something amazing. So I think that next week's episodes might get a higher rating. But for right now, I'm at a 9 out of 10 for chapter 3 and 4. Excellent, excellent episodes. Love it.
And Carrie is out in YouTube, says, "Welcome back, Dave. I'm about to watch from the beginning. Let us know what you think. Let us know your ratings on Daredevil Born Again, and if you're watching Maul." I don't think she's a big Star Wars person. But I know
you know what? I think, our chats have been buzzing tonight, and we've gotten a lot of interaction. I think having Dave back has really broke the dam when it come to all these people
It has.
coming on the live stream. Thank you, Dave.
They wanted to hear stories about his glorious giant crossover event. But we're not spilling any beans, people. We won't do it.
I can't share it, but thank you, Battle Beast, for filling in a lot of this. A lot of the chat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Fellow nerds, are you ready for some news and rumors?
Yes.
I am.
Woo!
So today at CinemaCon, Dave's buddy Kevin Feige said the re-release of Avengers Endgame in September will include deleted scenes and other surprises.
Deleted scenes and other surprises?
So, wait a second. A re-release. Is it coming to theaters?
It is coming to theaters in September.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Do you think that could involve a post-credit scene with Doom?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
And then he went on to say, Avengers Doomsday. This film takes place where Endgame left off, but also goes back to when it all started with the X-Men.
Huh?
Interesting.
Wait, hold on. This is not a rumor.
This is not a rumor. Kevin Feige said that today at
From
CinemaCon.
the man himself.
But it goes back to the beginning?
It says this film takes place where
first
Endgame
X-Men
left
film.
off and also goes back to when it all started with the X-Men.
That could be interpreted in a couple of different ways.
Yeah.
Do they mean the X-Men as we saw them in the Fox universe, or do they mean the new MCU's version of the X-Men?
I think it is the X-Men from the Fox universe, because we know James Marsden, even though we do get, what's his name's Hank McCoy.
Okay.
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we'll see the Fox X-Men more in Doomsday, and then I think as we get into Secret Wars, we might start seeing the
They'll start to leak in some of the new MCU X-Men.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the Snap didn't create the X-Men.
No, sir. All right, now this is huge. We have the Avengers Doomsday trailer description. Are you guys ready for this?
Sure. Read us that description and put
Are you ready for
zero
this?
emotion behind it, just as monotone as you can.
Yes.
We see Xavier's sign on the ground. So it starts out, we see Xavier's school sign on the ground. A narrator says, "Something's coming, something we may not be able to deter." Xavier sees flames come from the sky out his window, looking genuinely scared. Doom is presumably one who has been narrating. Slight accent and all. Doesn't sound anything like Tony Stark. And we see him start to rise in another setting, hood and mask on. The new Avengers Tower with a new A logo is seen. The building is updated and has 3 spires. The Fantastic Four meet Bucky, Ant-Man, Captain America, and more in that building. We hear Thor telling stories of his people dying and how this threat scares him more than anything before. He narrates the rest of the trailer with this quote: I have fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than any of us combined, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that we have sacrificed will be for nothing if we do not stand together. If you return, you will return as brothers and sister, but mark my words, we're going to need a miracle. Then they show Cyclops in a new scene. Gambit is fighting Shang-Chi, both using their powers, and it looks epic, almost like a dance. The Fantastic Four meet Wakandans in a desert made because water has been forced away, surrounding them like giant walls. Yelena marches past a concerned Reed Richards. She literally fights herself, and we see one Yelena is Mystique.
Oh.
As Thor's speech is still going, Thor smashes Stormbreaker at Doctor Doom, who simply catches it with one hand. He emphasizes, we're going to need a miracle, to conclude his speech. Hey, pal, is heard from somewhere off screen. Aboard the Fantastic Four ship, it was Steve Rogers, complete with some long hair and a beard, leaving Thor in disbelief. Steve raises his hand, pulling Stormbreaker from Thor's and catching it with a grin.
Oh, God.
That's the end of it?
That's the end of it, yeah.
Huh. Well, those sound like scenes.
Like I said,
seems
everyone...
like they've got a lot of little wink, wink, nods thrown in there because
it's
Marvel loves to do.
impossible to not have that out of context. There's no way we can understand what they're what each thing means.
Yeah.
And Battle Beast does say,
theory,
Doctor Doom can be a worthy opponent of my strength. If he can stop Stormbreaker.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but as you were describing that, the only thing I could think of is like, well, yeah, they have to do that. They have to say all this stuff. They have to make Doom seem like even more of a threat than Thanos. Because that's how these movies have to work. They need to keep amping it up one after another. Okay, we're going to start with Loki, and there may be an invasion, and then, now there's going to be Ultron, and he may end up destroying the whole Earth, and, now it's Thanos, and now he's going to snap away all life in the time, and now it's going to be Doctor Doom, and what is he going to do that's going to make him even more of a threat than Thanos? So it's like, yeah.
He's going to kill an entire multiverse.
Right.
Whereas Thanos just did our universe that we're in.
So yeah, we're I mean, if they don't end up resetting things in Secret Wars, I think they're running out of ways that you can say this guy is
I know. Power scaling is going to have to be
they're going to reach the end of the power scale and be like, oh no, what do we do?
All right, now we've gotten to the Beyonder. Now what?
now we have to fight the Beyonder. Sure.
Now you got to go fight. Who's the weakest villain in the Marvel universe?
Not the Molecule Man.
Definitely not the Molecule Man. I can't think right now. Oh well. But now we have a rumor. And I bring this up. I don't necessarily know if this one's true, but according to Marvel Spoiler, Red Hulk will be in Avengers Doomsday, but only Red Hulk will appear, not Harrison Ford.
Oh, I could definitely see that as like throw him in as a background character, but they're not going to pay Harrison to show up. And I doubt he would want to anyway.
Do you
think he'd voice him?
Do you think Harrison Ford might have signed off on something to use AI likeness of him to do the Red Hulk? Like it was a little bonus in his contract for Brave New World.
If they already have the CG form, worked out with his, facial sculpting baked into it, I don't think they would really need to use anything other than just normal animation. Like,
yeah, he probably signed something with the rights to
that they can use his likeness.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they would need to use any kind of AI to make that work.
Well,
all he does is run around this whole movie grabbing people saying, I want my family back. I want my family back.
They still usually
Get
bring
off
in
my
actors with
plane.
all of the stuff all around them to do the movements.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they probably could.
It wasn't me. It was the one
Somebody with mocap, and then they just slap on the CG Red
Just
Hulk.
take a line
Yeah.
out of every movie.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
Why did it
But
have
yeah,
to be snakes?
I could definitely see Red Hulk as, one of the other 8,000 characters that are already going to be in this movie, running alongside everybody else as they fight Doom. Sure. Why
Hey,
not?
I want to see Squirrel Girl. I'm not watching this
You
movie without her.
probably will, Dave. You probably will.
And now, other rumors. A Heroes for Hire project is reportedly in development at Marvel Studios,
Yeah? Something else in
Along-
development, huh?
along with a Jessica Jones series.
Yeah, another thing
Ooh.
in development, huh?
And one more for you, Doug.
We'll see.
Alpha Flight.
Ooh, and the scripts are already written, right?
They're not.
Oh, okay. But they've
No,
at
they're
least
gonna start
cast the
filming
roles.
first. They're gonna film first and then come up with a plot.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, have they done their principal photography? Like, have they already scoped out, where they're going to be doing the filming at?
They have not.
Okay. Huh. All right. Cool.
I hope they do an Alpha Flight thing.
I'm glad they have ideas. Neat. I can do that too.
You have ideas? How do you
I
do
have ideas, and I can say them out loud into a microphone that I know is on.
Nice. Now, this is not a rumor, but Joe Locke has signed a multi-picture deal with Marvel Studios to play Wiccan in the MCU.
Okay.
I did
Good.
see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw that too.
Nothing.
I'm looking forward to seeing that story continue.
Yeah, me too. Nothing what it'll be in. Here's the one that got me excited. The MCU X-Men reboot director says that Chris Claremont's iconic run is the North Star for his film.
Ooh, all right. As long as they do not use the X-Men from the Ultimates, they were the worst.
Yeah, they will not. I hope they don't. But yeah, it sounds like he's taking the best run of the X-Men and using that as thing, which is exactly what I wanted.
By
to
all
hear.
means.
Yep,
Yeah.
fired up for that. And then finally for Marvel, Brad Winderbaum has confirmed that new seasons of X-Men 97 and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man will be released every year,
Wow. Okay.
Huh.
which is fantastic.
Okay. Every
Are we
year,
gonna get
really?
X-Men 98 at some point? 99?
No,
No, sir.
They'll just
they're
stay at
in Never
97.
Never Land. They don't get to age.
Yeah. No.
Oh, and Brian Mulheron's out in the YouTube chat, and he says, "Go Tigers!" Kermit gif. Yes, Tigers came back down today. Last inning, ninth inning comeback for the win. It was fantastic. I know Dave's excited because he loves the Tigers so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that is all we got for Marvel. I still don't have my little DC logo for the middle there, so we're just gonna go empty for a moment. But this, I think we can all agree, is good news. Adaria Ajani has been cast in Man of Tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
Wonder Woman.
It was previously thought she might play Maxima, but people people think that
Wonder
it might
Woman.
be Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. And I can see it.
Yep. She was so
I think-
wonderful in Andor. And
Yeah,
I could see her
she's great.
playing Maxima. I could see her playing Wonder Woman. I am
Mm-hmm.
just happy because filming for Man of Tomorrow starts next week. So hopefully we'll be
See,
getting
Maxima would be would be a one-off. She wouldn't be a
Yeah.
long-standing character,
Just
so
to get
that's why I
Brainiac
think
in
it would
there.
be Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
I think that's why a lot of people are hoping it's Wonder Woman. So she's around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got some sad news.
Aw.
DC Studios has pushed Clayface to next April.
I thought it was just face. No.
Yeah, just face, yes.
I mean, why
Not
April?
face.
I mean, October was the perfect time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since it's going to have more of a darker horror theme.
Yeah, if it's a horror theme, October would have been perfect.
What was it competing with? Because I assume that's the reason they made the change. Unless, what, they have like a whole bunch of reshoots and they weren't going to have time?
I don't know, but they did show a trailer for it
Okay, at CinemaCon?
at CinemaCon.
Okay.
And I guess mostly was just kind of him getting used to his thing, and it ends with him in a bathtub with his face just
Him
kind of
getting used to his thing.
His new powers, getting used to
His
new
member?
powers.
Oh.
And thank you, Doug. We now have a DC Studios logo in the middle. If you don't see it yet, it'll be there in 1 second. Thank you, thank you.
He's the king of design at Doug.
And then,
I didn't design that. That's Google.
and if you got a Star
Yeah,
Wars thin one, you can grab too, because we have a Star Wars rumor coming up, which I know you guys are.
Actually,
already
I do have one saved. One
But
sec.
next, this isn't a news or a rumor, but Patton Oswalt has been joking that he's been sending messages to James Gunn to cast him as Mr. Mxyzptlk or Toyman in the DCU.
I would love Mxyzptlk.
Yep.
Yeah,
James?
I think that's
Patton
the
Oswalt
best
would
fit
be
for
perfect
him.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Gunn, James, if I may, please do this. please make this happen. And then finally, our last bit of DC news. Sydney Chandler confirms that she has been cast as Nosfertata in Creature Commandos Season 2.
Namaste.
Now, by the way, Sydney Chandler was from Alien Earth. You might remember her. Her father is Hal Jordan in Lanterns.
It's Hal Jordan, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that is a pretty cool little connection. Let's see. Nope.
Wait, I saw somebody got cast for the second season of Alien Earth. Who was it?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, that's who it was. Did you guys already
I
talk
think
about
we
that
talked
last week?
about that.
We talked about it last week. Yes, sir. Okay, well, I'm getting this new little Star Wars thing that Doug sent me.
Gotta switch my hats again.
This is a quick one,
Okay.
and I'm only bringing it up because... Oops, I forgot. Oh,
Okay, we're ready.
I squeeze that in there and still make it look good.
What
Me
is
and Doug
going
are
on?
waiting with bated breath.
You can squeeze me all you want. It's not gonna make it look good.
Untrue, Doug. Nothing could make you not look good. Okay, Star Wars logo is ready.
No lies
We're
detected.
transitioning over. All of this work, you guys are going to groan when I read you this
Oh, no.
rumor.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm ready for this.
Are you ready? Are you seated? Sit down. You don't want to be standing for this.
Yeah, I've been standing this whole time. Let me just sit down real quick. Okay.
There you go.
Danny DeVito just joined us, folks.
Yeah, right.
Sydney
Ooh, I like that
Sweeney
Star
has
Wars.
met with Lucasfilm.
Oh, that's too bad.
Ah. Yes.
And this poster put, which character would you like to see her portray in a Star Wars universe? None of
Unemployed
them.
actor. Please. I
Oscar
want
the
her to
Grouch.
play an unemployed actor.
Gosh,
How about just an extra?
Sydney
extra would be
Sweeney
fine.
in the Star Wars universe?
Stay out of our
Wasn't
Star
the
Wars.
rumor originally that she was going to be oh my gosh, what were they saying that she was they were eyeing her for? Wasn't it supposed to be something in Marvel?
Yeah,
Where
we
do-
talked about that.
Emma Frost
Better
last
one.
week. Yeah.
Yeah,
Emma
yeah,
Frost,
right.
yeah.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody in Star Wars, and I don't know, somebody who doesn't have any speaking lines.
I mean, I'm trying to
should
think
play a stormtrooper.
if she met with
There you
Star
go.
Wars. Starfighter is filmed. Ahsoka season 2 is filmed. I don't know anything they have in production
She'll,
right
she'll
now.
be one of Rey's new Jedi Padawans or whatever.
Oh Jesus!
That movie is on indefinite hold.
If somebody said like Mary Jade or something, oh
Please,
no,
no.
I said that jokingly because of how much the Legends fans just want to see her. And George Lucas even said back when he still had, control over the story, he's like, she's not going to show up, guys. Just stop asking. I am not putting her in any of this stuff. That's purely that'll stay in your books.
Well, and it was funny
Yeah,
because they brought up too that Lucasfilm will not allow anyone to use Mara Jade in any canon books, canon things. And people are like, they have something in mind for her. No, they don't.
doubt
They're
it.
not. I love Mara Jade from the Zahn books. Don't get me wrong. It was great. We're not going to get it. That's not going to happen.
No. And George Lucas, the whole thing is like he wanted other people to take over books and everything and be very creative with Star Wars. He's like, yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
That'll be all, expanded universe stuff. But he only had to select certain things that he would bring in from the expanded universe to bring into his own story. It doesn't mean that everything from the expanded universe at any time was canon. It was just a nice creative outlet for people to use and enjoy.
Exactly.
And tell their own stories.
Exactly. And if anything, I think just to kind of elaborate on the fact that George Lucas never did really consider any of that stuff canon, he would cherry pick things here and there. Like I think they said that he got wasn't it like the planet of Naboo was pulled from one of those
Coruscant was.
Coruscant, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a couple of planet names and things like that. I would say that Dave Filoni does a better job of, picking through through the Legends material and deciding this is canon now. And I think he's a little bit more willing to do that than George Lucas. So for all the people out there that complain and whine and moan and Disney made all of our stuff, no, that's not necessarily true. Because the Legends books aren't in their whole entirety considered canon at the moment, that doesn't mean that certain elements of them aren't. We got Thrawn, for God's sake. They brought Thrawn out of the books and put him into canon Star Wars material. So,
right?
Just because
complain about Disney all you like, but it wouldn't have been any different with George Lucas.
Exactly. No, actually, it might have been more convoluted with George Lucas, to be fair.
Well, we were going to go down to the microscopic universe for the sequel trilogy. I wonder how people would have liked that.
George would have been like, I was looking through these books, and you know what really struck a chord with me?
How much acid were you on when you wrote
that Luke with 2 U's? That's the character I want to bring.
Yeah.
And one of them is silent, but which one?
Well, we have a chat on YouTube that I think is the best idea yet. The Battle Beast says they should cast me in Star Wars. Yes.
I agree.
It would be glorious.
Use the Force, Battle Beast. I don't need it. Okay.
I just need your blood.
Right.
Blood must be spilled, thick enough to swim in, as I hear the lamentations of my conquered foes' women. War, it's good for me. What's my name? Battle Beast. On that note,
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But should we find somebody to raid, gentlemen?
Yes, yeah, do it.
I think we may have set an all-time record for stream length tonight.
Yeah,
Really?
you're right.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
jeez. Man, well, we had so many good things to talk about, so many fun things to say. Great, amazing episodes.
Amazing
Time
episodes,
flew
2
by, man.
episodes for Maul. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of content to get through, and yeah, we covered it well.
And we'll have just as much this Sunday, won't we?
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to talk to you guys about those shows.
Oh, I
Invincible
know.
and the
Oh
boys.
man. Speaking of talking about stuff, Battle Beast, are we going to see you this coming Sunday? We're going to be
We
talking
should.
about the latest episode of Invincible.
Your episode there, Battle Beast.
That's right.
Yes.
He says, I shall
It says,
continue,
"I shall
my
continue
search
my-"
for worthy opponents.
Yes.
Bring it.
Nice. All right. What do you guys think about maybe Sarah Jane or Jenna Loves Pizza?
I only got one on my follow list, so yeah, do what you want.
Jenna Loves Pizza is playing Stardew Valley, and Sarah Jane is just chatting. What do you guys think? Jenna Loves Pizza only has 12. Maybe we should go there.
All
Do
right,
the
sounds good to me.
pizza.
Yeah, whoever has the least.
Yeah. And, while Keith is setting that up, just a quick reminder for all of you fine folks out there, what we're getting ready to do is we are going to board our little Twitch pirate ship, and we're going to raid another channel. No, but it's not bad. It just means we want to keep the party going, and we don't want to quit yet, even though it's 10:30 Eastern time at night. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. But we want to go hang out with another fellow nerd out there in the Twitchverse. That does not mean that we do not love and care about each and every one of you out there that were watching us on YouTube. In fact, don't tell anyone, but we like you better. So, show us some love, like and subscribe if you haven't already, but most of all, we want to hear from you. So, get in those comments down below, and we'll see you next time, right here on Not Your Status Quo. Hey fellow nerds, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of this stuff, make sure that you check out our Twitch stream. We try to do these live Sunday or Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Keep an eye on our social media to find out when you can join in live and chat with us during these live streams. Also, as usual, don't forget to check out our other social media. Add us at Twitter, comment down below, and we'll see you next time right here on Not Your Status Quo.